Look what I'm rocking, bankroll sloppy, got too much in my pocket. Yeah, right. Push weight, I'm cocky, trap on popping, water on me, need mopping. Plugged in, no socket, they can't stop it. They don't know me, but they watching. Yeah. They know I'm popping, I'm on fire, nigga, lit, hibachi. I get to the money cause I'd have been broke. I just refocus like I got a scope. I lost some money and ran up some more. Look what I'm rocking, bankroll sloppy, got too much in my pocket. Yeah, right. Push weight, I'm cocky, trap on popping, water on me, need mopping. Plugged in, no socket, they can't stop it. They don't know me, but they watching. Yeah. They know I'm popping, I'm on fire, nigga, lit, hibachi. I get to the money cause I'd have been broke. I just refocus like I got a scope. I lost some money and ran up some more. Dropped out of school, start fucking with dope. I've been a hustler, been in my blood. Had to go get it, I got that from cuz. Save all the hundreds, re-up with the dubs. Look at my record, I ain't sold number drugs. I'd have been smoking that since I was 12. I had to plug, deliver the bills. Remember we used to get shit through the mail? I made a living off digital scales. Put it in a sandwich bag and I tag. We do a cash exchange and they bad. I got that pistol too, so don't try it. That's how you hear about niggas who done died. Niggas be hating while I'm trying to get off. She on my dick, I told her to get off. Skill a little baby, but I gotta dip off. Players keep calling, I gotta drop a zip off. Money come first and that pussy come after. I'm in the streets, little bitch, I'm a trapper. Come to the studio, give me some head or something. You know, treat me like a rapper. I be on top of shit like I'm a logo. Made a new video, posted for promo. Told the little bitch I can't fuck with her no more. Pussy was good, but I gotta go though. She say I'm honoring, I ain't got no manners. Bitch, I'm in business, I got shit to handle. Wanted the dick, so I gave you a sample. Took care of wax, I'm lit like a candle. Pulled up on home, man, I sold them 4 pounds. Niggas act nervous whenever I come around. I got that pistol in case it's gonna go down. They ain't little baby, but niggas be low down. You gotta watch it and keep an eye on it. Don't fuck with nobody, just me and my homies. I got that sack, hit me up if you want it. Don't gotta go weigh it up, I got it on me. I'm in the streets, do drop-offs and pick-ups. Still on the clock out with my shift up. I'm on a mission, these niggas can't keep up. Trap on jumping like it got the hiccups. I get that money right back when I re-up. Cool and smoke on the sack with my feet up. Looking for loud, they need to hit me up. Big dog status, you more like a teacup. I don't be studying these niggas, they too fake. Niggas be irritate me like a toothache. Bitches be playing more games than 2K. I be expecting this shit like a due date. That's why I fuck them and burn up the head. Bust a little nut and get back to the bread. Southside nigga, I'm straight from the Ville. HTP, I'm popping for real. Bitch.
All right, family. All right, thank y'all, man. Thank y'all for tapping into another episode of Rich Rhetoric, man. I am your host, Born Rich. We in the building, ladies and gentlemen. As you come in, make sure you hit that like button. You know all that good stuff. Share, subscribe if you're not subscribed. We're trying to get them subscribers up. Y'all know how we do. It's an open panel, so I've already pinned the join link. So if you want to join the conversation, click that link, that StreamYard link, and come on in. Couple videos I want to show today, man. Y'all know, or a couple conversations I really want to listen to. Was searching around on the Clubhouse thingy tonight and found a nice little conversation. It's about Black Americans and Black Africans, and people are just kind of sharing their experiences, you know, back and forth with each other. And the host of the Clubhouse room is actually Dr. Umar, so it's pretty dope. I couldn't figure out another way to play it, so I'm just gonna have to play it from my phone. And y'all let me know what the volume is like. You know, I don't have any other way to play it. You know what I mean? So I'll for a little bit of time to get in here. Y'all make sure y'all come in the room, and I'll play this. I got a lot going on in my background, so y'all may hear some noise because I can't mute my mic when I play this. But fuck it, I guess I'll go ahead and start it, man. Let's start it. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, and y'all let me know if y'all can hear this.
The Dolphins, I hope to meet you, brother, on January the 15th. Keep doing what you're doing. I didn't know you were such a young brother, so we all proud of you. I say that on behalf of everybody in the chat, the whole family, brother. Keep it up. And you don't have the snow bunny crisis, do you, my brother?
I was thinking about marrying a beautiful African woman when I grew older.
My bad, y'all. I think that. I didn't want to hear that. Hold on.
Appreciate that, my queen. Appreciate that. Thank you for those words. We're going to go to my brother, the Great Brit. I'm assuming he's one of our UK Africans. Okay, it says the Great Brit cannot join right now. Okay, so let me go to Titanic. Sister Titanic.
Hello.
How you doing there, good sister?
I'm good, how are you? That is my name.
Indeed. Give me the name again. Give me the name.
It's Wafa Khalifa.
Wafa Khalifa. And what is your nationality, my sister?
I live in the UK, but I'm actually Sudanese. So
Sudanese. I haven't been to Sudan yet, but I'll get there eventually. Have you also been to the States?
I haven't been to the States.
Okay, but you can speak on the relationship between continental Africans, as well as East Africans, as well as our African brothers and sisters in the UK. Now, I've been to the UK plenty of times. Can't wait to get back there. And I do understand that the UK has some of the same schisms that we have here in the States with regard to building relationships with brothers and sisters who come from the continent. So my first question to you is, are you first generation UK? Were you born in the UK or in Africa?
I was born in Amsterdam, actually, but I've lived in Africa quite a lot. I've spent most of my life in the UK, to be honest, but
okay.
I have lived in Africa, yeah.
You have lived in Africa.
Yeah.
What have you seen as it relates to that relationship between Africans in the UK, many of whom come from the Caribbean, okay, but not all, many are from the continent as well. But what have you seen as it relates to the relationship between the African in the UK, who is mostly a descendant of Caribbean Africans, and those Africans who come from the continent?
I think that for people who live in Western countries, I'll say, often find themselves kind of fighting Western ideologies, and those who are kind of in tune with themselves and things like that, just fighting ideologies that, or just battling with ideologies that kind of surround them every day. Like even just beauty standards and things, I found like crazy differences between people who live in the UK and those who don't live in the UK, and things like that. So I think there's a billion things, there's so many things I could talk about, but yeah, there's definitely differences. But I think that there's a real, I think now it's become cool to be African. Like it wasn't cool to be African a while ago. And so now it's like kind of trendy and everything like that. So I think there's just a fight for do we kind of comply with what the Western world wants me to do, or do I stick to who I am, because that is who I am.
Let me ask you a question. I spoke in Kenya in 2016. I was doing my national tour of the Republic of South Africa, and I had to make a stopover in Kenya to speak at the University of Kenyatta. And it was the most significant Pan-African address I ever made in my life, because I was speaking to youth who basically represented about 95% of all the countries on the continent. And after that conference, I had an opportunity to speak with African youth, mostly in their late 20s, early 30s, from the various countries. And one of the things I learned in Kenya at the University of Kenyatta from our East African brothers and sisters, okay, your kinsmen and kinswomen, the Sudanese, the Ethiopians, the Eritreans, the Nubians of Egypt, they said that the rest of Africa, and I heard this a couple times, I want to know if you heard it, and where does this come from, and how prevalent is it, and what can we do about it? But what they said, good sister, as I'm sharing with you now, was that the rest of Africa does not recognize many of our East African brothers and sisters to be African. Have you ever heard that?
Yes, absolutely. And I think that that's a really big thing in Sudan in itself, just because I've even heard a lot of Sudanese people themselves call themselves Arab when our country is in Africa. So that doesn't even make sense to me. But yeah, I think that there's definitely like a rejection factor. I think there is a separation between East Africa and West, or East Africa and the rest of Africa. And I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, I think there definitely is like a separation, and I don't know whether that's East Africans separating themselves from the rest of Africa, or whether that's like a rejection kind of thing.
Understood.
Okay, I'll stop it right there real quick. What's going on, Lady D? Grand rising to you, sister.
Grand rising, born. Grand rising, family.
Yeah, man. How you doing this morning? You good?
I'm good. You know, you sound a bit muffled.
It sounds muffled.
Yeah, you sounding a little bit. You sound a bit better now. There you
All
go.
right.
There you
It
go.
sounds better now. Oh, I had that over the speaker. Let's see. Even when the recording was muffled, y'all.
No, the recording was clear. It's just your mic. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So let's play. I'm play a little bit more. I don't know, man. Africans. I don't know what's going on with this East African divide from the rest of Africa, man. But come on, Africa, get it together, man.
Lead by example, Africa. Come on, do better. Come on.
Last question before I let you go. As a Black woman, as an African woman, Sudanese queen, when you try to build relationships with our African sisters in the UK, many from, Jamaican or any other, Bahamian, UK has them all the islands are represented in the UK. Do you find that that's an easy connection to make when you try to build with the African sisters in the UK of Caribbean ancestry? Is it difficult? Is it easy? Is it contentious? What is your experience?
For me personally, I grew up in an area that was quite like predominantly white. I would say London is definitely an area that's more kind of has more Black people in it. So I'm not sure about that. I have lived in London, but I grew up in Oxford, which is very white. And so whenever I saw another Black person, I felt, there's always that like that head nod, or there's like a acknowledgement of each other when we do see each other, even if you don't know each other, just because there's not many of us in my area. So I think our interactions are kind of just like, I acknowledge you, and if we speak, and yeah.
Got you. Thank you for your contribution, Sister Wafa. Stay strong, good sister.
You.
Appreciate you. Well said. Let me go back to the list here. Okay, and we're going to go to Empress 215. This must be a Philly queen by way of Ethiopia, but we'll see. Empress 215. Let's give her a second to jump on in. Empress 215. All right, let me go back to the hands.
Wait, Born, I'll come back when
she was able to jump on them.
Come back when it's finished.
Let's go to Brother Bam Tefa. Good evening, my brother.
I'm doing good, big bro.
All right, where you based at?
I'm in the DMV. I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
From Brooklyn, New York. All right. Your parents' ancestry, they American African, or they from the continent, the Caribbean?
Yoruba descent.
Yoruba descent. All right. I got ancestry from Yoruba land. What is your opinion, my brother? You are in the Mecca of Black consciousness, New York City. Yoruba descent, obviously one of the largest African nations, Nigeria. What has been your experience as a second-generation Nigerian brother here? Or should I say first-generation Nigerian brother? Were your parents born in the States, or you're the first generation?
My parents were born in Yoruba land.
Okay, so you're first-generation Nigerian. All right, here in the States. What has been your experience in your relationships with American Africans?
It's been beautiful. I had a very inclusive upbringing, in Coney Island, Brooklyn. My dad went to school in New York, and he got his bachelor's from TSU. My mom met him somewhere in the Midwest, my uncle, and we have a very huge, diverse family. But my experience has been very Pan-African. Throughout, I've never had you go through the African booty scratcher talk in preschool and stuff. It's part of our experience. It's part of the culture. And things got a little different, as you get older. People become more adult-minded, and especially in New York City. I also went to school in Houston, where I was for a little bit for high school, and I saw that They still rode the bus to school. I thought it was strange in high school that they do that. So different communities are different. But I also went to high school in Africa. You know, I was into trouble a lot younger, so my mom had to send me to Africa to see something different. And yeah, my experience has been very Pan-African.
I'm glad to hear that. Have you heard one of the stereotypes that I've heard many times about our Nigerian brothers and sisters? And it doesn't matter if they're Yoruba, it doesn't matter if they eat.
You mean, ask that question again? I'm so sorry.
All right, my bad, family. This is why I gotta fast forward it a little bit.
Yeah.
Fast forward a little bit, so let me wait
till he comes back.
Hold on.
Okay. I was saying that one of the stereotypes I've heard about our Nigerian brothers and sisters, and I've been to Nigeria more than once, so I haven't had this problem, but around the diaspora, they have a reputation of being bossy and domineering. Have you heard that?
You mean bossy and domineering? Yeah, I've heard that stereotype in Houston. That some weird stereotypes. You know, I got my bachelor's from there, so these weird stereotypes. But then again, when you dive into the community, when you see how, you've been to Brooklyn, you see how Black folks operate there. So I just saw a lot of separation in Houston. I thought it was strange. I also have cousins in the Midwest. You know, it was my first time living in this. I lived there for about 3 months, and I saw how separated the society was from the white folks. It was strange to me. But to your topic, to your question, I don't think that's been domineering as a thing. I grew up under a single mom, so I can't speak for everybody else. But my mom was single, growing up in Brooklyn, and I had a lot of family people that kind of brought me up. Wasn't raised by.
Got you. Thanks a lot for them comments, my brother. I hope to see you at Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad's birthday celebration on January the 12th.
Try to be there.
All right, my brother.
All right, let me stop it right there, man. So y'all heard that, brother, man. The brother family was from Nigeria. He's been over here back and forth his whole life, and nobody's mistreating Black immigrants or non-ADOS or nothing like that. Nobody's mistreating them people. So this narrative, and even Umar is slick trying to push that narrative like, have you been mistreated? And nobody's mistreating anybody over here, So I'm kind of shut that narrative down, and I'm happy that brother said that he's been over here his whole life and he's not being mistreated. So man, shout out to that brother. Let's go to the next caller on this. For people who just tuning in, this is Dr. Umar on Clubhouse. He titled this conversation, Black America versus Black Africa, Can We Heal the Divide? And he's pretty much taking callers from all across, America and different places. So let's check out another caller, man.
God bless you. All right. We're going to go to the Igbo babe. We got an Igbo babe in the building. Give her a chance to come on out. See if she's going to pop on up there for us. There she goes. Sister Jolof. Is that your name, gorgeous?
Yes. Well, my nickname, yes.
All right. And you are of the Igbo Kingdom of Nigeria?
Yes.
Born in America or born in Igbo?
Born in Nigeria.
And how long have you been here?
So I came to the States when I was 6 years old.
And you're how old now?
I'm currently 24.
And you're in what city?
So I'm currently in Dallas right now, but I grew up in Philly.
I grew up in Philly. Okay. So we got a little bit in common there. What is your opinion on the relationships between American Africans and continental Africans? What has been your experience?
Honestly, my experience was in the beginning when I first came to America, I thought we were all the same, we still are the same technically, but, I wanted everybody to be friends. But even like through the bullying and everything, I still wanted everybody to be friends. But as you get older, it's like how much longer can you try to be friends with people as they're attacking you? So me personally, and me and all my siblings, we were like the only Nigerians, in the school. Like one time they set my sister's hair on fire because she was Nigerian. So yeah. Hello?
Yes, I'm still there, good sister. Go right ahead.
Yeah, so I was just saying, like, you know, overall, like, we were the only Nigerians, and, like, the bullying was just really tremendous. Like I said before, they set my sister's hair on fire. They jumped my brother so many times. Yeah, it was hectic, but now that I'm literally on this app, me personally, how I look at it is just because a group of people in my school bullied all of us does not mean that these people speak for all African Americans, because I still had a lot of African American friends who still accepted me. But this app is just showing that, like, you know, there's still some deep-rooted hate between some people. Like, I just feel like some African Americans will smile in my face but go back home and talk shit. So yeah, that's my experience.
Now, how do you compare your experience in Philadelphia with your experience down in Texas? You're a little older now. What do you see regionally going on between American African women and African women down in Texas?
To be honest, since I've been to Dallas, I actually haven't really met a lot of African Americans. Like, and growing up in Philly, I was only around African Americans, so I really had no choice but to be friends with them. But now that I'm in Dallas, I have options. Like, I see a lot more of my people. I see a lot more of my culture. So I'm gravitating towards people in my culture here in Dallas versus in Philly. So like I said, since I've been to Dallas, I don't really have any African American friends because it just never crossed paths that way, I guess.
Okay, now when you say it's never crossed paths that way, honestly, can you say you haven't had the opportunity, or do you think you may have consciously or subconsciously chose not to engage your American African sisters? In other words, how much of that was them versus how much of that was you not wanting to extend the olive branch?
I guess you could say like 50-50, because like everywhere I go, I go to like African clubs. So that makes sense to why like I don't see a lot of African Americans in there. Like, I go to African restaurants and everybody I meet, I'm very social. If I see a pretty girl, I'm gonna say, "Oh, you pretty, da-da-da-da." And then boom, she says she's African. Like, okay, now if that makes sense. Like, I don't mind speaking to people and getting to know people, but it's just that overall the places I go, they just everybody just seems to be African.
Okay. Last question. What is the opinion of Nigerian women about Black women in America? What do they say when you guys are alone? Honestly, what is their perception of our sisters?
So wait, you're saying what do Nigerian women say about African American women?
Correct.
Me personally, I just feel like, I'm not gonna lie, the conversation is very different when I sit with my African American friends in Philly, and then when I sit with my African friends in Dallas. I can be honest, the conversation is 1000% different. Like, not gonna lie, all my African American friends in Philly are like baby mamas to like 3 men or something, and it's always drama. I'm not trying to say it's a stereotype. It's just those are the people I just chose to hang out with in Philly. I'm not saying that there's definitely some very educated African Americans in Philly. It's just those were the people I was friends with, But so then I don't know. I don't think that we speak. Me personally, I don't really care to speak about African American women because you never know who's African American in the circle. So I don't know. But I will say the conversation is definitely different because like my African friends here in Dallas, they're all 23, 24, buying houses for like $600K, $700K. Everybody here is a doctor, a lawyer, IT. So it's like, I'm gonna be honest, since I got to Dallas, my whole lifestyle has changed. My mindset has changed. I don't be out here fighting no more. I don't be out here, just in the streets no more. Now I'm actually like, I finished school. So like, I don't know. I just like said, the conversation is just really different. I guess it's just the people I surround myself with.
Now, I want to take you back to the comment you made about the African-American girls being baby moms to 3 baby dads.
Okay.
Is that a reality? Or is that more of a stereotype? In other words, I'm sure there's women with children by more than one man. I know many. But I could also say that I know African women in the United States from the continent who also have children by more than one man. So I guess for me is I want to make sure we're not endorsing any stereotypes that has one group of African women looking more promiscuous than another group, when the truth of the matter is, all problems of our race are shared in common by all communities within our race. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I can absolutely agree. I know a bunch of Africans in Africa who are baby mamas to 3 men. So it's like I said, it's just the people I chose to hang around. That's the problem. If that makes sense.
And I'm just challenging you a little bit, respectfully. Yeah. Why did you highlight that then?
I think it's because they were the ones who it highlighted that situation.
Why did you choose to highlight that? Why did you bring that up during your conversation?
I mean, because that literally is the conversations we always have. Like, if I call them right now, they're going to bring up their baby daddy right now. That's the problem.
Okay.
Like, that's the difference. And like I said, those were the girls who still chose to accept me. So I didn't mind accepting them. When everybody else was bullying me, they were the ones who, brought me in. So,
Got it. You came out of high school what year, consistent in Philly?
2016.
2016. Okay, that would have been the reason I asked you that. For those of you, for everyone listening, there was a very big war going on between American African high school youth in Southwest Philadelphia and our African immigrant high school youth in Southwest Philadelphia. When I was with the school district of Philadelphia, who I left around 2006, so you would have not been in high school yet, but that conflict was major, and they were actually killing each other. The African immigrant youth were at war with the African American youth. Bartram High School, University City High School, but it was more Bartram High School than most of West Philadelphia High School, but mostly Bartram. And it was an all-out war. Like, they were killing each other. And it was so ridiculous because when the police pull you over, you black to them. They don't give a damn if your ancestors came over on a ship or if...
I'm gonna pause it right there. Respectfully, Umar, I think this is bullshit. Well, I can't speak for Philly. Let me not speak for where he's at in Philly, but it's never been any type of war between Africans that's over here in America and quote unquote black Americans. There's never been any type of war like that. It's been nothing but respect. I find that baby mama word is prevalent. You know what I mean? That shit is prevalent, man. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Shout out to y'all. But I think that shit is prevalent, man. That baby mama word. That shit gets thrown around a lot. Like, it's not single women with children or single men with children globally. That's a global thing. Kind of excited that Dr. Umar kind of got into a little bit of it and just asked her why did she choose that terminology? You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know. Good caller. That's a good caller though. Play a little bit more.
They came over on an airplane. They don't care if they came over 20 years ago or 200 years ago to the racist white police of Philadelphia. They would kill all of them. And it just bothered me so much. So I was part of the task force who was tasked with going into the high schools in Southwest Philadelphia to try to work on a peace treaty between the African immigrant youth and the African American youth who were literally beating each other up. It was the boys and the girls, but mostly the young men. And it was absolutely ridiculous. And just to bring that point to a close, when we got with the leaders of the African immigrant community, Sister Joloff, we had trouble trying to build a relationship with them to stop the violence because many of them didn't see us as African. And many of them had some of those stereotypical attitudes towards American Africans with their nose up. You know, you guys are the descendants of slaves. You're not really black. You're not really... We had to navigate all that to try to save the children. And it bothered me because I said, even if you feel that way about me, and I probably know more about Africa than you do, and you was born there, but even if you feel that way about me, why not put your chauvinisms to the side? Put your petty differences to the side so we can try to do something to save these children. And it was difficult doing that. They were so disinterested in building a relationship with African people that I think it compromised our ability to effectively put out the fire. Eventually, it did settle down. I don't know what's going on now in Southwest Philadelphia, because Southwest Philadelphia is the United States of Africa in the city of Philadelphia. It is the most ethnically diverse African community in the city. You go to Southwest Philly, you can find any African from anywhere in Southwest Philadelphia. And even as a school psychologist, before I go to Sister Emma, even as a school psychologist, I've had trouble trying to help African immigrant parents and Caribbean African parents. And mind you, I'm probably the most popular Pan-Africanist in the world. There's few people who are probably more well-known than me in the diaspora. And even being Dr. Umar, it is difficult to try to engage many of our African immigrant parents from the continent, as well as those from the Caribbean, to try to teach them how to save their children. Because the African and Caribbean African children who come to America, they are often over-identified for special education, because the schools know that their parents don't know the law, their parents don't know their rights, and so it's very easy for an African immigrant kid to slip into special ed unjustifiably. If they can't speak English, instead of putting them in an ESOL program, which is where they legally should be placed, instead of putting them in the ESOL program, they will stick them in a special ed class. So you got African kids who do not have learning disabilities drowning in special ed because the school knows the parents don't know their rights. And here I am, the Pan-Africanist school psychologist, trying to teach the parents their rights, and they don't want to be bothered.
Pause.
Yeah,
what Caribbean people does not know English? Excuse me? What did he just say?
Let's rewind.
Because I'm not from the continent. Special ed class. For an African immigrant kid to slip into special ed unjustified, they are often over-identified for special education, because the schools know that they're people from the Caribbean, the world. There's few people who are probably more well-known than me in the diaspora. And even being Dr. Umar, it is difficult to try to engage many of our African immigrant parents from the continent, as well as those from the Caribbean, to try to teach them how to save their children. Because the African and Caribbean African children who come to America, they are often over-identified for special education, because the schools know that their parents don't know the law, their parents don't know their rights, and so it's very easy for an African immigrant kid to slip into special ed unjustifiably. If they can't speak English, instead of putting them in an ESOL
Pause.
Yeah, he was saying y'all slow. He said y'all slow. The African
Who
immigrants
can't speak English?
The African immigrants and the Caribbean immigrants that come over here, y'all slow.
Yeah, when he says African immigrants, he's basically encompassing both Caribbean and Africans and continental Africans in the same group. Right, okay. Born, just to pick your back chat, you got Betty in the back. Okay, so that's what he's saying, right? But he's acting like we're so dumb, number one, we don't speak English, and two, we don't understand the law. Like, we ain't been going back and forth with America for how long? Like, I just can't believe this is unbelievable. Go on.
Yeah, so he pretty much saying y'all slow. So like Lady D, you would be slow, and Betty. Welcome to the panel, Betty, but you slow. You slow too. Most of y'all people come over here and go straight into special education.
Well, I want to talk about his credentials as a father. Isn't he the same man that's
we're not talking about that right now. We're not talking about that right now. We're talking about...
Yeah, but he's talking about African people and how they raise their children. So I want to talk about how he raised his children that he don't pay for.
Yeah, let's don't talk about that. Let's deal with the special education problem that's going on with these Nigerians and Caribbeans when they get over here to America.
And then can we talk about him? And how he raised his children. It's about time. Black men need accountability in it, because he needs we need to hold him accountable, because he ain't gonna tell someone else how to raise their children when he don't even pay for his two daughters. The height of misogyny, the hatred of black women. when you say you're going to raise over £1 million to educate other people's sons, but you can't raise a single penny to educate your 2 daughters, and you leave it up to their mothers, and then you got the barefaced sheet to come and lecture Caribbeans and Nigerians on raising children. But I'll let you do your thing. I'll roast him later. You just honestly, Born Rich and God to Jacob, when your little fucking brother hits England, believe me, it's going to be a boycott. I will bring all the fucking black women out, and we'll highlight his criminal record, child endangerment of his own child, as to why he can't open no school and why he doesn't pay for his daughters. He's a con artist, man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
You see? Yeah, you're lucky, Born, because you look after your daughters. He looks after his daughters, so I'm not going to roast Born. But all the deadbeat black men that don't look after their daughters and look after their children know who I'm talking about. If it hits you in the chest, it's because the truth hit like a bullet to the heart. That's what I tell black women and any black man that gives a shit about accountability and looking after your seed. That you don't let Umar come and do no lectures. He shouldn't be lecturing anyone. That guy will never open any school because on his criminal record is a conviction for child endangerment of his own child.
Why are you hating on the black man? Why are you hating on that black man, Betty?
Because he hates on black women. Did you hear the account? He doesn't pay for his 2 black daughters. I'm a black woman.
I don't know. I don't get caught up in this, in his personal life. I don't know what he.
Yeah, but he gets caught up in everybody else's personal life.
Let's play a little bit more of this. Let's see what's going on.
Okay.
Legally should be placed. Instead of putting them in the ESOL program, they will stick them in a special ed class. So you got African kids who do not have learning disabilities drowning in special ed because the school knows the parent don't know their rights. And here I am, the Pan-Africanist school psychologist, trying to teach the parents their rights, and they don't want to be bothered because I'm not from the continent or from the Caribbean. So we have to recognize that this diaspora war, as some of you called it, is hurting us on both sides. And the only person who's profiting from this division is the white power structure. But thank you for your comments, Sister Joe Law. Glad. Thank you very much. Let's go. Likewise, gorgeous. Likewise. And by the way, I will be in DeSoto, Texas on January the 29th, Sister Joe Law, because I believe you said you were in Dallas. I don't know if you said Houston. You're in Dallas, and DeSoto is a suburb of Dallas. I'll be speaking there on January the 29th, and if you need that flyer, feel free to send me a text. All right. Sister Emma, are you there?
Greetings.
Oh, that's Queen Mother. Queen Mother. You got all these different profiles, Queen Mother. I don't know.
You have to have that with those people, you know what I mean?
Yes, indeed. So, Queen Mother, you're a Pan-Africanist, an elder of the Ethiopian World Federation, a Rastafari elder. You have been to Africa. You've been to the Caribbean. You was with me down there in St. Croix, where we celebrated the anniversary of the EWF. In your opinion, Queen Mother, give us the hardcore truth. What is going on between Black Africa versus Black America versus the Black Caribbean? Why can't we get this together, Queen Mother?
Well, you know, Doc, the divisions were never created by us. They were created by others. And the more we get into the whiteness and we're educated by the whiteness, is the more we lose ourselves. And it's only the culture that can save us. And rather than the question say, can we heal from it? I would say that we better heal from it to be able to save our race. If we don't see what's going on now, it's to wipe us all out. Now let's be real about it. To be real about it is when the oppressor grabs us and throws us in the back of the police car, he doesn't know if you're Igbo, he doesn't know if you're Yoruba, he doesn't know if you're from Tigray, if you're Tigrayan, he doesn't know if you're from America. He doesn't know. He just knows you're black. That's the thing we can't, we can't get with that. Oh, yes, I've traveled Africa and I've lived in Ghana, I've lived in Ethiopia, and I've lived in South Africa. And, you're going to find on all sides, you're going to find that I've had good experiences in America and I've had some bad ones. And the same in Africa. I've had some good ones and some bad ones. But I'll tell you what, I'll take Africa over here any day. I can't live over here like I could ever live in Africa. But they never told us that. And as long as we keep sending our children, we're going backwards. When we were segregated and we had our own schools here in America, I grew up here. I grew up in the era of so-called integration where we lost things. Why do you think they burned down 50 cities? Tulsa? It's not just Tulsa. It's not just the Wall Street. 50 Wall Streets they burned down. Why? 50 Wall Streets. They didn't burn them down just because. They burned them down because they were economically strong. I think it's the blind power. 1.4 trillion we have just in America. And Africa has everything we need. Everything we need. But we've been educated here in America by the oppressor. And by being so much oppressed, educated by him, we take on that term African American. Every time I hear that term, and I was born in Brooklyn, it makes my skin crawl. Just the same way as the term diaspora. That's what diasporan is. I'm not that. I'm none of those. I was an African.
That's right.
They never asked us, did we even want to be citizens? We were forced.
That's right.
Forced. So we're prisoners of war. It's not no citizens of America. So we got to get over that. And then we have to realize that our brothers and sisters in Africa have seen the picture that America and Europe have painted of those places. It's like they're paved with gold, and this is the place to come. So they too have a false conception of what we grew up here. They think we had a good life. When I go to Africa, I always tell them, I say, oh God, you all had such a good life. Same thing in the Caribbean. They had a black life. They didn't have to have they had white people in their face all the time. So that was strength. But they didn't necessarily look at it as strength. And as black people all over the world, we don't like ourselves, and we don't like our own things. And if you trade, look here in America. Here in America, the black people in America buy almost 50% of the grain and vegetables. If we ever traded that amongst our
Sure, I gotta pause Queen Mother because Queen Mother gonna go. Queen Mother is long-winded. Shout out to
very
Queen
much
Mother.
so. She's so long-winded. She went on to explain that diaspora means diaspora. Where did she get that from? I can't with you black people. I cannot with you black people.
Queen Mother said she went to Africa and it lived good over there, man. Shout out to the Queen Mother, but gosh, I had to, I just want to play a little bit of that, man. A little bit of those. That's an interesting conversation. It's long. I'll go find some more good clips. This was one of the good clips that came out of it, though. I guess this is the one that I really wanted to show. Let's see what this one is.
Can you please stop talking? Because I promise you. No, hold on. And let me. She's so long.
Stand out and connect with customers on Google by claiming your free business profile. You can easily edit your hours, accept bookings, and much more. Claim your free business profile today.
You're my new favorite feeling. I'm floating up.
Like,
Agreed.
We're going to Nakia.
All the people are asking.
Stand out and connect with customers on Google by
Claim
claiming
your
your
free
free
business
business
profile. I
profile.
don't know what the
You can
fuck is
easily
going
edit
on.
your hours, accept bookings, and much.
What in the fuck, man? Hold on, guys. I don't understand what it's doing. Yeah. All right, shit. Here we go, y'all. Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Let's get into it, man. Dr. Umar is gonna debate with, a Black American claims she's not from Africa. Let's get it.
256 great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandparents. How many of those 256 for you are Native Americans?
All of them.
And you know this how?
Because can't nobody prove that we came
No. Don't tell me what nobody can't prove. No.
Because my grandmother told me.
How does
Nikki? I came from Africa.
So do you have the name?
I came from a country. I know a country.
The name Nikki is pretty African.
So basically, you're Native American because nobody can prove you're not.
I'm indigenous to this land. This is
but
I'm not going to make that claim. You stated that I'm working with white folks, and you can't prove
You just
that.
said you got white sympathy. You just said that.
What the f does that mean? It's white people who sympathize.
What do you mean? What does it mean?
It's
what
white
does
people
it mean?
If
you're telling me that you got a problem with Africans, but you ain't got a problem with white folks, then you're not really committed to liberation, brother.
Pan-African. You guys are not serious. What are you talking about? Have the same
brother.
For European.
No, but I respect you, brother. We still brothers. All right.
Yeah. We still brothers. I think we just got different ideologies. So if you're talking about,
and we can respect that, and I can respect that.
Yeah, like you
but
gotta respect
it's hard to be at peace with an ideology based on the division of African people.
See, so look, when it comes to unity, right? Like if I could accept the fact that I'm a different African, right, or I'm a
how you different, brother?
Listen,
because the white man put chains on you, so now your genetics and everything is altered.
Prince, if you're not going to recognize, you just recognize all.
Why are you giving the white man so much power?
Yo, you just recognize all these Africans with different cultural views based on your American experience.
Yes, but it ain't based on slavery because all of them was enslaved. The Haitians wasn't enslaved. The Cubans wasn't enslaved. The Jamaican. I'm not talking about no Jamaican history based on slavery.
Apparently,
I'm talking about based on a unique culture that grew out of their experience.
So
the freedman ideology is based on what the white man called you, what the white man did to you, what the white man thinks of you, and ultimately what you want the white man to do for you. That's why I have a problem with your ideology.
So listen, like you just gave Africa a lot of grace when you recognized it.
He said a lot of grace. That's my mother. What you talking about?
Said
your mother too.
You said that they're impacted by colonial oppression. Now you can't. You didn't give African Americans, Black Americans, let's say what you say, American Africans, that same grace. You not recognizing.
What are you talking? No. I'm giving our people the same grace. I'm not giving your organization's platform the same grace.
No, you got to,
because I do not think you should be forging. I do not think you should be forging a movement. I don't think you should be forging a movement that identifies with your oppressor, your oppressor's territory, or your oppressor's ideology, and that's what you're doing. There's nothing authentic.
That's the problem. So that's
you're reacting to white power.
That's the
okay, let me ask you this last question. What are y'all doing?
You're not going to keep
wait, brother. You didn't even be quiet.
Bro.
Listen. What are y'all doing to make things better? What are you doing to improve the reality for the American African family that does not involve white folks? That's voting, that's reparations. What are you doing independently, self-determination, self-reliance? What is your organization doing separate from white folks to make things better for our people? Give me something.
Yeah. So no, I was gonna say just respectfully, like I got a little bit out of character because you kept cutting me off.
No, it's okay. Don't worry about that. Answer my question, brother Ernest. I'm not thin-skinned.
So you asking me a question, I'm about to give you my answer. I'm involved in a number of things. That's including advocating on fucking like political.
I want a specific, Ernest. Don't give me no general. Give me a specific project that your organization is working on that doesn't require us to beg from white folks. Give me one.
So how about So how about this? You come and meet us and work with us and stuff.
No.
Because you a big talker. But you ain't really push.
See, the dangerous thing about
Thank
that.
God for that. I was trying to get you to pause, but go on.
Yeah, see, but the dangerous thing about him doing that, it becomes, so what are Pan-Africanist groups doing? Or what is this group doing, to improve the lives of Black people? What is this person doing? And then it becomes, like, I don't know. It becomes a point of where we're just trying to see who's doing more. I'm doing more than you. So people should follow my movement and shit like that. But go ahead, Lady D.
No, I was just going to address the point, because if we look at the title of the show, it's Black American Debates Not Being African, and that's the bigger picture. Why are so many Black Americans now trying to separate themselves from Africa and become, I don't know, claiming all these other things, but African? I think that's the mentality. I think that they were supposed to be sticking on, and they've now moved it to what organizations doing what. But I would love for them to get back to sticking to why, because I want to know where's this coming from. Because remember, Black America, if you think about it, they were one of the most vocal people on talking about African roots and your African heritage, and Kwanzaa and all of these things started coming up. Then the groups started coming up. You understand? So very much heavily for the civil rights of African Americans, as they described themselves back then. So what's happened, I don't know, last 30 years, I say, where we've gone from that to now indigenous, we're not African. I think that's the bigger conversation we should be having. Well, they should be having.
That's a great conversation.
I don't know. We'll see. Let's see how much more they've got, what else they've got to say first before we make any judgments. Because, hopefully they get back to that bit.
Cut it out, I love you, bro. I want to point out my central contradiction with the African-American tribal groups. And that's the Freedmen, the Pretendians, the ADOS, the phony Black Americans, all of that. I don't see nothing being done for our people that doesn't involve begging white folks. I just asked Brother Erm to give me one thing he doing that does not involve white people. He gave me no answer. So I got to ask you the same question, my love. What are y'all doing that don't involve waiting for white folks, working with white folks, or begging for white folks to make things better for Black folks in this country?
Okay, so me personally, I am against reparations. Okay, I don't believe that we need the white man to give us anything when we have our own land, and this is our land, and we can get it right here out the mud like we've been doing it, like our ancestors did it, and everything else. We had segregation. We didn't need the white man. We had a bunch of stuff, and we never had it. We was getting it before they came, and we can get it when they leave. So I'm against reparations. I really just want them to leave us the hell alone. Just leave us alone, because we have shown, if you leave us alone and leave us by ourselves, we will rise. We will build the banks, we'll build the Wall Street, the jewelry stores, we'll get the oil, the cotton, the tobacco, and we'll get everything we need. So we don't need a European, a Chinese, an African, a Mexican, or nothing can to help us build what we need to build. So I'm not for reparations. I don't need no green dollars. We can get it out the mud ourselves. So I'm against that, because when they give you something, they want something in return. And that's how we got in this problem in the first place. That's what the welfare system was all about, that we chose to get into back when with the 60s and the stuff like that. So I'm against it. But what I am going to say is, for these new groups that's trying to build this about being native to the land, right now we're just finding out the truth of who we are. And so that's the first thing. So we hear
and who are we? What is this truth now? Who are we?
The truth is, like your grandmama told you when you asked her where y'all was from, she didn't say Africa. She said she was from right here. Like your great-great-grandmama told you, you guys are from right here. Because I'm gonna tell you something.
Why don't we just do? Wait. We ain't gotta argue that. Why don't you just do a DNA test and see if New Jersey come up in your blood sample.
Okay, let me tell you something. What's going to happen? I'm going to tell you something, Dr. Umar Johnson. What's going to happen is,
here's the difference.
When you do that DNA test,
so let me ask you a question.
When you do that fake DNA test, hold on, wait a minute. Let me answer your question. When you do that fake DNA test, what's going to come up is a country that just got named in 1960. They're going to say Nigeria and Ghana and West Africa, and these places were just called these in the 60s. Before that,
okay, but what about the kingdoms that existed where those countries are? What about the kingdoms that existed?
Those kingdoms? They're not putting those kingdoms on their DNA.
Enjoy unlimited DVR storage and never worry about hidden feeds with YouTube TV. Try it free.
DNA test. They're putting that country's name, and that country wasn't named.
But the samples of the people in those areas, listen, they carved up Africa. They did not mix up Africa. So the people who existed in that area of land that is now called Nigeria, all of those kingdoms are still there. They're still there.
But those people immigrated from there. Let me tell you something. Colonization.
They're still there. So if they tell you you're Igbo, the Igbo kingdom is still there. Yes, it's a part of Nigeria, but it is still geopolitically where it was before the white man showed up in Africa. So that does not dismiss the authentic. No, wait. So let me ask you this. Stay with me.
Okay.
You have 256 7 times great grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
Every human being on the planet Earth has 256 great grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
How many of those 256 for you are Native Americans?
All of them.
And you know this how?
Because can't nobody prove that we came
No. Don't tell me what nobody can prove. No.
Because my grandmother told me.
How does Nakia? So do you have the name?
I came from a country. I know
the name Nakia is pretty African.
So basically, you're Native American because nobody can prove you're not.
I'm indigenous to this land. This is my soil.
But the only way you can prove you're indigenous to this land is to give me the names of your 256 7 times great grandparents, but you don't know a single name. Nakia, you don't know a single name. Do you see how ignorant that is?
No, but prove to me they African though. Okay, so prove to me my 256 is African then. So you prove it.
Okay, I'm gonna prove it. This is what I want you to do for me. Just do this one thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
Get me the 16 names of your great grandparents, and I'll prove you African.
Okay, all right. I will give you that, and I'll get that.
Give me that. I will prove to you. Because the point that you indigenous Negroes keep missing is even the Native Americans are a mixed race African people.
Oh my God.
That's the point that y'all missing. The first people in this country were African people.
Okay,
the people that you call native came over here later and mixed with the original Africans who came here.
Okay, Dr.
So when you say you are indigenous, you know what you're saying? All you admitting is that you are an African from an earlier group of immigrants from the mother continent. That's all you're saying. And when you say you
African, you're saying you're an immigrant. You say you African, that means that I am not from this land. When you say you are an African American, you're calling yourself an immigrant, which says that you have
you're missing the whole point. First of all, I am an African, and my people are the first people to populate every land on this planet. I am the first in Europe. I am the first in America. I am the first in Asia. I am the first in the South Pacific. I am the first everywhere. Yes, I immigrated from Africa. You damn right. And I don't have a problem with that because Africa is the ancestral, spiritual, cultural, and historical homeland of my people. So yes, I am an African, but everywhere else I got there from Africa. And that's what you self-hating indigenous freedmen, ADOS, FBA, and everything else don't want to admit. You're trying to run away from being Black. Your movement is based on self-hatred and the love of white folks.
No, Dr. Umar. I love my.
You went to France and you already didn't like Africans from the continent.
No, that's not true. I swear to God, Dr. Umar. When I went to Europe. That's the reason why I went. I was like, I'm tired of this racism. I'm tired of this killing over here. I'm tired of all of this that's going on in America. I want to be over in Europe. I think it's gonna be better. Ain't no racism. Ain't nothing. I didn't even know.
Wait a minute. Wait. Stop. Did I just hear you say you want to go to Europe?
No. I'm telling you before. This was my ideology. Let you know.
What I'm about to say is how you talking all this
No,
Indigenous American stuff, and you want to run to the white man?
No. This is before. I'm telling you, before I went to Europe, I didn't have any racist thought. I wasn't big against Africans. I wasn't against Europe. I wasn't against nobody. I just was like, you know what? Right now, America's too much going on. Let me go over to Europe where it's a little bit more calmer. And when I went over there, I was shocked at what I saw. You know, what I saw firsthand living over there for 2 years. And I'm telling you, my experience with Africa, it's a lot of Africans over there. My experience with it's a lot of Arabs and Muslims over there too. It's a lot of Muslims over there, Arabs, Chinese, a bunch of people over there. So that's my experience. But let's get back to the transatlantic slave trade.
What
so
about
you
it?
mean to tell me? Okay,
We was here before the transatlantic slave trade, but go ahead.
Okay, as far as on a business, because slavery was a business, right? Slavery was a business.
APOW, African Prisoners of War.
Okay,
APOW.
It was a business. So just look at this as a business standpoint. You're a business owner. I'm a business owner. Okay, I'm going to go and get some Africans for this is what 1500s, right? And 1400s, 1492 or 1400. Get some Africans, all right? How many was fitting on that boat? About 300 of them on the boat. Strap them on the boat. Have them go through the Atlantic, which we know is a long voyage from Africa to America with no motor. Okay, then they going down to the Caribbean and all that. So they going through the hurricane season and everything. We getting them down there, get them over here. They gonna be sickly, they stinky, they ain't had no food, they ain't had no drink, they've been side by side, they funky. I'm getting them over here to a foreign land, which they know nothing about. I'm gonna have to clean them up. Teach them how to till this land, teach them about this land, just so they can till and some cotton and grow some vegetables that they can grow all in Africa, which is supposed to be the motherland, because Africa's supposed to be able to grow all this stuff too. Why would I take you from Africa and bring you all the way to another land and risk my boat sinking, you guys dying, being sickly, and bring you somewhere else just to pick some fucking cotton? It makes no sense. Why would I do that when there's people already on that land that knows how to farm and migrate that land?
If I understand your question.
He caught it. Big up, Born, big up. So I hope you're understanding what's going on. So basically, from her argument that she's presenting, she does not believe in the slave trade. She doesn't think it happened. She thinks it was a story that's been sold to us. That's what I'm picking up from her energy, from what she's saying. Like, she doesn't believe that there was a point of white Europeans taking Africans out of Africa, bringing them through 3 months of traveling via waters into the Americas to pick cotton and become slaves. So she's not buying into that story. That's what she's basically saying. So I just want to make sure the family's following along with this debate here.
Yeah. My bad, Lady D. I'm here. I just needed that video to run. Man, my daughter's up cooking dinner like it's not 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh, that's cute. But big up, you can go and let it play. I just want to make sure the family's following the conversation. But yeah,
so look, family, y'all hit that like button, man, and appreciate it, Lady D. Let's play a little bit more of it.
I'm going to keep that.
If I understand your question, Nakia,
yes,
why didn't the white man enslave the African in Africa instead of bringing him to the New World?
Why would he? It makes no sense.
Is that the question? Is that the question?
Yes.
Because if it is the question, the answer is real simple, sister.
Why?
Europeans were looking for new territories that they could control and offload their excess population. They were interested in building empire. Listen. Africa, for a long time, was ground that the European did not want to touch because he was afraid of it. He had never investigated the continent.
Why you slave? If you're afraid, how you want to slave the people if you're afraid of them? How you
because
slave 20 million people and you're afraid of them? That makes no sense.
First of all, when they finally came to Africa and began the slave trade, they were on the coast of Africa, not in the interior. If you're going to enslave, listen, if you're going to enslave African people and build an economic empire out of it, you can't do that from the coast. You have to go in the inside. That's one of the reasons why they made deals with African rulers who would go and get the enslaved Africans and bring them back to the coast. It wasn't until Stanley traveled to the heart of Africa into the Congo. And once he crossed the entire continent, he told the white man, we can make it here. Africa was already populated by kingdoms that they would have to destroy, and the white man wasn't able to survive the climate nor the diseases of the mother continent. It was not feasible. It was not feasible, Nakia. All you got to do is read the history on European global exploration. He did not listen. He did not listen, Nakia. He did not start going into the African interior until his military technology allowed him to fight the African at a distance. Study the history of military.
The ones on the coast. There was no kingdoms on the coast, and the ones on the coast were the weaker ones. So they took the weaker.
If you're on the coast, you are on the water, sweetheart. Do you know what that means?
That don't mean
if I got to get the hell out of Dodge, I can get the hell out of Dodge. What I want to go in the interior for of a country I don't know anything about, in a climate that I can barely survive? What are you talking about? Why did they bring Africans to America? Because the Native Americans knew the land too well, so they kept on escaping, and the white man was dying from diseases. So he needed somebody who could withstand those heats and those diseases, and that's why they brought us, because we're the genetically strongest people on the planet Earth.
Wake it up.
He did go to Africa. Do you know that by the time slavery ended, he was already colonizing Africa, but he did not start there because he did not think he would be successful there in the beginning.
Oh my God. Okay, Dr. Umar.
The climate of Africa was deemed unbearable by the Europeans. You can study this, sister. You don't have to believe me.
Okay, that's
You can study this. Christopher Columbus was in Africa. He got the map to come over here from African brothers and sisters. He spent the whole week in one of the slave dungeons in Ghana, either Elmina or Cape Coast, and they teach you that when you go there. So they knew how to come to America because we taught them how to come to America. But they wanted to go to a land that they thought would be much more efficient to conquer and colonize. The white man wasn't about to go into Africa, try to conquer and colonize. He didn't do that until after.
So you mean to tell me when they came over here, because they was calling us savages, and when they came over here, we've been fighting. We gave them hell. And
them calling you a savage means what?
We was fighting them just as much. What battles have you seen the Africans fight versus the battles that we didn't fight? You see, we fought them way.
Here it goes. Here it goes. Here it goes. Oh boy.
Hey America, I'm Dr. Ken Jung, and I'm hosting a brand new season of I Can See Your Voice on.
Serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Yeah, she's wild.
Are you serious? Every kingdom in Africa just about fought the Europeans. Yes, they had a few collaborators, but most of us fought the Ashanti Wars, the Zulu Wars. The Ethiopians even beat them. The Zulus even beat them. The white man had to fight for almost 100 years before he could finally take Africa comfortably.
The Seminoles fought. We fought as well. The Haitians fought.
You're not no Seminole. Listen.
Hey, Umar ain't shit for that.
This woman sounds crazy as shit. I can't even lie. Like, she literally sounds crazy. Oh my God.
Hey, man. The sister thinks the sister says she's indigenous to this land. You know, that's another movement that's picking up. Because we can't agree with
but
some
she's
people.
making stupid arguments to justify her crazy thought process. Listen to her. Her words were, "Show me what wars Africans have fought." Like to say Africans just walk in submission into the white man's hand, and Africans don't fight the war. So hold on a minute. Let's just look through this. Has she not heard? Has she not heard of the Mendi people? Has she not heard of the Jala people? Has she not heard of the Tammany people? Like, come, like, what is she on? Like, does she actually realize she's making absolutely no sense? And she sounds freaking crazy as fuck. She literally sounds crazy. Like, come on, man. Like, what going on for these people? Anyway, let her go on chat.
All right, here we go.
We fought just as well. You
okay,
like
so you a Seminole. But how are you a Seminole when you can't give me the names of your 16 great? So you're sure you're Seminole,
I didn't
but you don't even know the names of your 16 great grandparents. How did you?
Is Blackfoot. We're Blackfoot and Osage.
Okay, you're Blackfoot and Osage.
Yes, we are.
How many of your 256 7 times great grandparents are Blackfoot and Osage?
I can only go back to my great
and here's the funny part. Here's the funny part. Your Blackfoot ancestors and your Osage ancestors have African ancestry as well. That's the ridiculous part. Yes, they do. Yes, they do.
They're right here from this
yes,
land.
they
this
do.
Is our land. You can be from Africa and fight from Africa, but I'm gonna fight for America. You can go.
Listen to me. Your identity is false. Your identity is false. Every African on the planet came from Africa. Anybody who tells you you was in America and didn't come from Africa is a lie, and they cannot prove it. The issue is y'all hate yourself.
No,
y'all hate being black. Y'all hate being African. And so what you're doing is you are claiming. You're claiming an identity that somebody gave you on YouTube.
You don't love
because
the land that you own.
Anything is better.
That you don't even live on.
Anything is better. Anything is better than being an African. So you will claim anything they give you.
This land.
You can't even name your ancestors though. You ain't gave me no names.
Going on, and you don't even love it.
Sister, can you give me some names of your? What were the names of your Blackfoot ancestors since you're so Blackfoot? You can't give me a name, sister. That's ignorant.
My grandmother,
That's ignorant.
My grandmother Ella, my grandmother Sherm, my grandfather Riley, my grandmother Teresa Red. Baby, we are Blackfoot in Osage. We come from this land.
Y'all Blackfoot in Osage.
And guess what?
Y'all go back to what date? Give me a date. Give me a date. You can take them back how far? You can take them back how far?
I can take my grandmother back to the 1800s. My great. I mean, my great.
18 what? 18 what?
Like
18 what?
1825. I can go back there.
Okay. Where were they before that?
They were right here on this land. Ain't nobody been from no Africa.
How do you know that if you can only go back to 1825?
Prove that they were from Africa.
No. I need you to answer my question. You told me that you can listen. You told me you can go back to 1825. If you listen, you told me you can go back to 1825. So you can go back to Frederick Douglass being 5 years old. Okay, I got you. You can go back to Frederick Douglass being 5. But you don't know nothing about them people before 1825. And let me tell you why you don't know nothing about those people. Let me tell you why you don't know nothing about those people before 1825. Because thank you.
Oh my God.
Thank you. There you go. There you go.
They were right here.
There you go. Are you aware that Native Americans have African ancestry? Do you know that?
Dr. Umar, let me tell you something, Dr. Umar.
No, I need you to answer my question. No, I need you to answer my question. You didn't answer the question, Nakia. Nakia, are you aware that Native Americans have African ancestry? Yes or no? Are you aware?
They have Indigenous American.
No, I didn't say Indigenous. I said African. Are you aware of that?
Some may do, but mine don't.
Oh, see, I need you to. Okay. The problem is you're not well read, Sister Nakia. Listen to me, Sister Nakia. The problem is you're not well read. You need more historical education.
I don't need no.
Yes, you do, my sister. And the problem with a lot of you, listen to me. The problem with a lot of you, Nakia, listen to me, Queen. The problem with a lot of you young folks is you get your education from uneducated YouTubians. That's the problem. You don't read books by real scholars with real documentation.
This is Dr. Umar. I don't know what you think I've been watching.
YouTubians is the new word. YouTubians.
My family told me.
Right, but they can only go back to 1825. That's nothing. 1825 is not. That's not history.
Do we? If I call
you can only go back to 1825, sister.
Baby,
that means you know nothing about.
That's what my grandmother did.
I got everybody over here came from somewhere else. And Sister Nakia, you said it sounded like you were making an argument that slavery could not have happened because Africa is so close to Europe, and the white man didn't need to go to America to enslave blacks. He could have enslaved us in Africa. Or even our fact the white man thought he was going to uncharted, uninhabited territory. Isn't that the reason they called it the New World? He thought he was going to a place where he would not have to fight in order to control and conquer the land. That's one of the biggest reasons why they came over to the Americas, because they thought they were largely unpopulated. And they could not handle the climate of Africa. And they knew Africa had standing kingdoms with standing armies. So they bought their time until the European military arsenal was strong enough to fight the African without having to engage in hand-to-hand combat. Are you one of those Negroes who believe slavery did not happen?
I do believe that.
Oh my!
You believe slavery did not happen?
What did I say, family? I knew it.
Lord have mercy.
Lord have mercy. What did I say, Born? Come on, give Lady Dia credit. I already know where these mindsets are coming from. I said it. She doesn't believe in the transatlantic slave trade. I said it from the. I just got that energy from the sister, and then the more she talked herself into rubbish, is the more I could hear it. Like when I hear these people talking, I just tune out at that point because it's mad. I engage these sisters all the time, and it's crazy. Like I'm not even gonna lie, but
yeah, that is.
Come on,
that
the
is.
new word for today, my family, is YouTubians. You see what this is what happens when the YouTubians, the so-called what would we call them in other words? Our lecturers, our YouTube scholars, our YouTube Wikipedia, teachers and gurus and all of them thing there, the high priests of YouTube. You see when they start getting into our brothers and sisters' heads. This is the result of it. They start talking shit. Go and get a book. It's not hard to buy a book. There's many shops that sell this. Listen, if you're in the UK, just head down to what's it called? It's gone out the top of my head. The Unk Wellbeing Centre. Get yourself a book in print with a hard cover or a soft cover. It doesn't. And read. Do not listen to these YouTubians and these YouTube historian. No. Get a book and don't end up like this sister. She's a casualty of war. I'm not gonna lie. She's one of the internet generation. I can't lie. I feel it for my sister. Anyway, big up yourself, Sister Nikita. Go and play the ting, man, board.
Yes, wow.
We're gonna get her. We're gonna medicate her with the red, black, and green later. We're gonna medicate her. Oh, mate.
And you base that on what? You base that on what? Hold on. I want to hear her. I want to hear Sister Nikia's. She has a right to her opinion. Sister Nikia, why do you believe slavery did not happen?
Got a right to her facts.
Because if slavery didn't happen, there was never no Harriet Tubman. No Frederick Douglass, which means I can't exist either because I'm from the same family as Frederick Douglass. I'm a Bailey. So that means how am I even here? But I want you to explain how slavery didn't happen.
Okay. I don't believe in the transatlantic slave trade. I don't believe we were brought here on boats.
So Africans were not brought to America.
I don't believe that.
So when you go to Africa, so those slave dungeons were made up.
The ones that are in Africa?
They were made up.
They must be. Because I believe that when they came to this land, when they came over here to this land, and have you read Christopher Columbus journals that he wrote back to the Queen?
I absolutely do, and you must not have. And you must not have. Because if you read him, he told you he found African people over here.
They are a godly people. When he came over here, it was people already here. We were already
here. And did you read the descriptions? Did you read what he said? Did you read what he said, Nikia? Nikia, did you read what he said? Did you read what he said? What did he say about the people?
What he said.
What did he say about the people he found?
He never said we came from Africa.
He said that the people he found in the islands, because Columbus never came to America. Columbus came to islands off the coast.
Right, exactly.
Absolutely. Vespucci was the first European to come to Columbus.
Right.
Exactly. And who did Columbus, and what did Columbus describe the people, how did he describe the people he saw?
He as dark-skinned people, as godly people, and calmly people.
You didn't give me the rest of the descriptions. And how did he describe their hair?
They was woolly and
woolly. So, that don't mean and if you read some of Columbus's notations, he also makes reference to the point that the individuals he encountered in the Caribbean islands look just like the ones he encountered in Africa.
Okay, we may look similar, but we're not the same, baby.
Then let's do the DNA test and let's see.
Baby.
Let's do the DNA test and see if you don't come from Africa. Nakia, can we do the DNA test? Can we do the DNA? Nakia, can we do the DNA test?
All that DNA is going to tell me that I'm from West Africa, and I know I don't need no DNA test to lie to me, and I know where I'm from.
So let me ask you a question then. So you're telling me all that African history, all that African history of African princes and African kings and Africans who went back to Africa even during slavery, Africans who fought and sued for their right to return home, all of that is manufactured history.
She said
correct?
It's a lie.
I don't believe it.
Can you? Yeah,
Well,
our
now-
sister's not well. Our sister is
No,
not well.
hold on, and
We
let me-
have to
let me-
pray for our sister.
So long, and like I'm
Agreed.
sorry.
We're gonna Nakia.
all the people are asking. her to
Listen,
get
you
off
guys
now.
need, but listen, you guys need to
Nakia.
open the other dialect. You can't just be like.
Well,
oh,
you've
person
taken
gonna
up a
think
lot
the
of
way-
space, though, man.
No, I
No, I'm
appreciate
not.
your
No, I'm not,
opinion.
because I'm telling you, we are waking up. We are waking up over here, and we're realizing that we're not coming from Africa. And when you say,
We're still 24 hours away from the national title game.
Wolves quarterback LaMarcus James.
But based on what proof? Based on here, you waking up. Here, you're waking up and finding out you're not from Africa based on what documentation? What is your proof? You ain't gave me no proof. You told me grandma was Blackfoot. You ain't gave me no proof that you did not come from the continent. But I'm telling you, we could take a DNA test and prove that you came from the continent.
All right, man. I'll stop it there. That's enough of that. I'll stop it there, man. Shout out to that sister. Shout out to Dr. Umar, man. Good conversation. I don't know what that sister was on, but yeah, I know Dr. Umar ain't gonna back down off his Africanism. So great combo, man.
The thing is, though, Born, yeah. You see, if the sister had a different mindset, yeah, and she said, yeah, she's got Native American lineage and she's also got African lineage, that will make sense. That will perfectly fit in line. But the sister's actually saying the African thing don't make it at all. She's definitely got no connection to Africa. She's 100% Native American, but she can't prove any of this. And all of the African stories and the African tribes and the African kingdoms and the slave, transatlantic slave trade, that's all a myth. That's what the sister's saying, literally. And I don't understand, how did this happen in 30 years? Like, how did we get from Mama Africa to via Bon Africa, I'm Native American. That's the mindset that blows my mind.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem, drop. You can't bring any sources. It's just, but hopefully this will make the sister go back to the drawing board, man. Do more research, man. Get, come a little bit more well studied. So we'll see, man. I don't know. Those are just some of the little conversations I was listening to, man, while I was chilling. Had some free time. Nothing much.
You know, the funny thing is what, before you went live, I was watching the interview of the woman that plays Harriet Tubman, but I love the styling of the interview because the way the interview was done, it was about 5 years ago. Probably a lot of you lot have probably seen it already, but I haven't. So I watched it today. And what I liked about the interview is the way that they did the Harriet Tubman. They actually put the person that played Harriet Tubman in the movie, I forgot her name, excuse me, but they had her interview as she was Harriet Tubman, and she told the story from the beginning and the end. And then obviously when Harriet Tubman's talking about from the time of her birth, so she doesn't know, because at the time obviously the slaves, they weren't afforded rights as in birthdays. They just can guess the time of year. So she reckons she was born between 1821, 1823. She can't actually say, but she's around that time, yeah? And then she's saying that where did your family come from? Who were your parents? And she gave her parents and all of that. And then she said one thing she did grow up learning was her mother always told her she's pure African. So my thing is this, when I'm hearing Harriet Tubman's interview and I'm hearing that, I should get a little soundbite for you, actually. Let me get a little soundbite to make it make sense. But when I'm hearing that, and then I'm hearing sisters like this talking, how did we get from that? As in, you know, great leaders and pioneers and heroines of America giving credence to their African heritage, to now hearing sisters like this in 2022 talking like they got no ties to Africa. Let me get a soundbite because the family's not going to understand what I'm trying to say. Hold on.
Yeah, grab that, man. Grab that soundbite. And I guess we can go over one more video, man, before I shut it down. I ain't gonna have no real long stream today, man. It was just, I just thought these conversations was interesting, man. And it's another conversation that was interesting that happened on Jen's channel the other day with Pelu. Real good conversation he had with the elder. I'm gonna play a little clip of that. Yeah, me. We'll play a little clip of that. And y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, family. Where we at? I have to find this video too.
Keep devil up under my feet. 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 Some devils out looking like you. Some devils out looking like me. Keep devil up under my feet.
Keep devil up under my feet.
Family, I'm gonna find a little soundbite. I don't know where we're at in this. Vaughn, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
I'm gonna find a little soundbite for you. I'm not sure where we're at in the soundbite, but this is like the woman that's speaking as Harriet Tubman in an interview. Yeah, so she's basically speaking Harriet Tubman's biography, but in character. So let's just see. Hold on.
I wasn't worth a plug nickel, no more. Said I wasn't even fit to be sold. So. But my mama, she nursed me back. And I got to be strong and good, but I never did, like I said before. I never did work no more in the house. I was worked out in the fields with my papa.
Well, that had to be hard work. How tall are you?
Well, I don't rightly know. How tall is you?
Well, I'm taller than you. I'm about 6 foot, and I've heard that you're about 5 feet tall.
Something like that. That sounds about right. But, you know, I don't.
But you had a prodigious nature of working
I had
hard.
a what?
Yeah, you could work hard in the fields from what I heard.
Yes, sir, I could. In fact, my master, I thought it was rather unkind of him. He tied a belt, rope, not sure what you would call it, like a girdle around me. Had me pulling logs on the river, on the bay right there, on the Chesapeake, close by where we lived, you know. But he was so proud that I was strong enough to do that. And the men standing around watching, they was cheering. They was cheering because they never seen such a strong woman as me. Now, I wasn't. I didn't think that.
Lady B, what is this, man?
This is Harriet Tubman.
That ain't no damn Harriet Tubman, man.
Come on. I just want to get to the
Where's this
video.
actress
She's
from, man?
describing
Where's
her
this
parent.
actress
Hold
from?
on.
Making a
Let me
mockery.
pause this. No, I'm just saying. Do you want to put the link in the back so you can play it better so the people can see
Yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't
saying?
know if I want to hear this. Where the actress from? She's not even American. Why is she talking like that?
Because I just explained to you, Bourne, you don't listen. I said they've done an interview with her, the woman that played Harriet Tubman. What they did is they put her into characters and made it talk like she did the interview as if she was. But if you want to hear her story,
I don't like
and
that.
she talks, my point is, the point I was getting at is, if you hear her story and how she talks about how her parents always handed it down to her, that, you know, they're pure Africans, to today's woman, like, what's her name, Nikita, that's talking about they got no ties to Africa. I want to know how we got from that to this. Someone needs to talk to me.
Yeah,
how did we get from being a slave to slavery didn't exist and all this transatlantic slave thing? How did we get from that to that?
Yeah, I don't know. We done came a long way.
Oh, we don't know. Okay.
Because I'm just trying to look at it. Cynthia, that lady is from London, and she talking like that
We
about
don't give a
that
damn
accent.
where she's from. It's the
Man,
point
nah,
of the
I do.
story. It's the
Nah,
point of the story. Stick to this is what happens with you people. You won't be in denial. The fact of the matter is, how did Black Americans get from proud of their African thing, being proud that saying that they were slaves and look what the hell they are now, to now we got no ties to Africa. Stick to the point of the story. That come
I
on.
got you. I hear all that. I know. You got to echo something there, Lady D. I mean, I hear what you're saying, Lady D. But I don't know. We can't let this lady from London come over here and play Harriet Tubman and then I've been working, Mouser. I don't know what is going on, Mouser. I was just in the field. Man, get out of here, man. What the fuck is going on, man? And Lady D, you talking about you watched the whole 2-hour interview with that lady making that. All right. You're gonna make me do a whole bumper clot show.
I think you've done that already, haven't you? I think you've done that a few times already, haven't you?
You wouldn't like me doing the
point is, Born, do you accept that you got African ancestry?
Yeah.
You do. Okay. Do you understand people that don't accept the African ancestry?
Yeah, I believe that. I don't believe I can trace it back that far, but yeah.
Right. Do we know how this new mindset in America has risen?
Yeah, I think people are saying, what is the benefits of us being African?
What are not the benefits? You can't have. What do you mean? What kind of question is that?
I just think that's what people are asking. Like, people want tangibles, and they're like, yeah, we're African. Now what? Like,
what's the benefits of you being Black? That's like me asking that. That's just dumb ass question.
Yeah,
That's something that wouldn't make no sense.
I'm African now. What? Does the tangibles come with that?
You're Black now. What? Does some tangibles come with that?
It don't seem like it.
You see.
It's just an identity. You know what I mean? It's just there. It's just there. So I don't know. I don't know what the sister is thinking, but yeah, I believe that I come from African ancestry. But yeah, man. Let me play a little clip of this, man. I'm gonna let me make sure I drop this entire video, man. We'll play a little bit of this. I said I would go over a little bit of it. And then I'm gonna chill. This is the full video. I'm gonna play a little clip to it, man. This is Mr. Paylu, man. Shout out to Mr. Paylu, man. Dope interview with an Imam, Alfred Muhammad.
Oh God.
One of the Muslim elders. I think he's out of DC or somewhere in that area, man. But I'll play a little bit of this. This was a dope interview, man. I really encourage y'all to go check it out, man, for real, in its entirety, because it's real dope. I really enjoyed it, but play a little bit of this one, man, before I wrap it up. I'm gonna be on here long. All right, here we go.
What's going on in the world? How did African American Muslims incorporate themselves into the worldwide Ummah after they were taught to do that? Because he said it started with Elijah Muhammad in his time. He's telling people, "This is your Turkish brother. This is that. This is that. Let's go to the Ummah." Right. So, how do you see the African Americans incorporate themselves or coming into the Ummah, and what did they offer to the Ummah, and what did the Ummah offer them?
Well, I think the African American offers more to the Ummah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam than the Ummah offers to us. I think that the Muslim Ummah is sick and fractured. And I must tell you this, I met with the Muslim leaders, the so-called ulama, all over the world. I made Hajj in 1978, and some of the current leaders of the various Muslim countries, the various Muslim movements, I won't name them, I met them. I was a little child in Islam. I wasn't a child, I was about 31 years old. But I have formally studied at Islam academically. I am now finishing up a doctoral work in Islamic studies. So I know Islam. I think the African American has been neglected by the Muslim world, ignored. And I think the vast majority of the Muslim world, I won't name these groups. I'm a city councilman. I'm one of the only 431 elected officials in the United States. I am the only imam in the whole United States that's an elected official. But I have been totally ignored by all of the major Muslim leaders because they are still looking to make African American Muslims slaves. So I think the African American Muslims have overcome racism. We have overcome white supremacists, and we have overcome an identity crisis. I'm talking about those who are in the association of Imam Muhammad. Now I know that people, they call everybody else Imam. But when it comes to Imam Muhammad is recognized by at least 4 million of, they'll call him Wardeen. So that in it by itself is sick. He's Imam Wardeen, I'm Imam Alfred Muhammad, and I think that respect should be accorded to us. So I see a lot of sick racism in the Muslim world. What I've seen in the Muslim world, I think the Muslim world needs a lot of help. I believe that we're the people that are going to help correct it. And I think, for a fact, we're the majority of the Muslims, the community of Imam W.D. Muhammad. Most of the conversions that have taken place started with us. Now, we have some ignorant leaders among us, I agree. But there are many of us who are teaching the Quran. I'm talking teaching it in the Quranic language. I don't like to use the word Arabic because a lot of people associate Arabic with following Arabs. I follow the Quran, and it is the San Arabiya. I know that. I hope my Muslim brothers get a better picture of us and themselves. Are there any other questions?
Yeah. It's more. So we have So you said you want them to have a better picture of you. So what is the picture that African Americans want to show the world about Islam? Like they have their view about African Americans and Islam, but what is the view that you want them to know? Like if there's something you want them to know, like what do you see in them that they need African American or they would benefit from this experience? Like what specifically do you see? That where do you see the Ummah and what do you see the African Americans contributing in their excellence? What do you see? So we talked about the racism, right? What else is there? You said we overcome white supremacy, we overcome the racism. Is it just physical barriers that are causing the problems that we'll overcome, or is it more nuanced than that? Because we have some that
it ain't nuanced. It's clear. It's explicit. Nuance means something read between the lines. African Americans, African people in the Western Hemisphere, particularly, I don't know as much about Africans and African people in Europe, though I have some contact with them. But I know the African Americans and Africans in the Western Hemisphere, from Rio de Janeiro to Halifax, Nova Scotia, are very damaged people. And you just don't come out of trauma automatically and say, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, puff the magic dragon, it's all over. No. So my job as an imam who all studied psychoanalysis is to help heal our psyches. So we can do what? Become independent as a people, to develop our own colleges, schools, and universities. First of all, to stop killing each other. Now, as much as African Americans want to talk about the police brutality, African Americans, and it's happening in England too. We're gonna be coming to England to do our work.
Yeah, we got the English. We got the English in the audience.
I know who's in the audience. I am launching a global campaign, starting in America, right near every Martin Luther King Boulevard. When you get there at Martin Luther King Boulevard in any city, you need an armored car.
I live on Martin Luther King, Glenarden in PG County. I live on Martin Luther King in PG County, Glenarden. I live on Martin Luther King.
Let me finish. I'm making a point. If you get near there, you're more likely to be killed by one of your own. And I've launched a campaign called the Anti-KKK. Ken killing Ken. You can't have an economic life if you're frightened of somebody putting a pistol in your head. And what is that? Africans in the Americas have internalized the self-hatred. And I don't care whether they got a pork chop in their mouth or a bean pie in their hands. We're still suffering from the effects of slavery. Number two, part one of Sacred Life, 1A, is building strong families where fathers are in those homes taking care of their children. You know how many Muslim men I counsel who have abandoned our children?
I don't know. I mean, I would think the Muslims would do a little bit better. I would think they would do a little better. I would think, but
let me tell
you. Oh boy.
So yeah, man. So yeah, man.
No, big up yourself, Iman, Alfred. But I don't know, man. In the beginning, it sounded like he was begging for the acceptance. Like, what on?
Yeah, you gotta check it out, man. That was a dope interview, man. Dope interview from the elder, man. That was pretty, and good timing too, Pelu. Good timing with that. But yeah, man, that was something I told them I would share that with the family. But y'all get a little snippet of that, man. Go check that out. That's real good. I asked some questions, and some people, they end up taking questions from the chat that turned out to be real good, man. Turned out to be real good, man. But yeah, Lady D, I'm tired now, so I'm tired.
Me too, you know. I don't know what's got into me. I don't know if it's today. I feel tired as well. But I'm watching, they got bare energy in the chat. Well, Chemo's on some mad thing. I don't know what for Chemo. This man up here, this Iman, sound like he's just begging to be accepted. I ain't got time. And Ultra's in there being messy as hell, and Dule's Baba's always in there being messy. I give up on Baba. Baba stays messy in all the chats. Yeah, Ramble, it's yeah. I don't know. Yeah. What's the next show gonna be about, by the way?
I don't know. I'm gonna sit down and really think it over, man. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll come up with something. We'll see what happens. I need to get out and let life happen a little bit. I tend to come up with good topics when I get out and let life.
Something springs to mind. Something happens or occurs.
Yeah. Man.
Or something hits the I don't know. I guess the world media.
Yeah.
To give us something to talk about. Yeah.
Yeah, but right now I've just been chilling, man. Chilling in the house, man, for my little vacation time. So I'll get out tomorrow, let life happen. See what happens though. But family, man, thank y'all for tuning in. Thank y'all for tapping in. I'm sure somebody's about to go live in a minute. You know what I mean? Probably
talking about that. Good conversation you brothers were having yesterday. That was good, but it's fuck your trainers though, boom. But pick up yourself, man. That was a good convo. I saw the brothers up there having that. That was really good.
Nah, man, appreciate it. Yeah, man. The conversation's flowing. We got good topics, man, and good shit to talk about. I didn't really have much on these topics today. I could have and I should have, but I just kind of got tired. But yeah, man, appreciate it, Lady D. Thank you for coming through, man.
That's all done all the time.
Yeah,
much love to the family in the chat and that. You lot have a blessed day. I'm tired as hell, but I know 2:00 I got an appointment, so let me get my life here.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm doing this too, Lady D. I gotta fucking do some shit tomorrow too, man. It's time my daughter's about to start school, so I gotta go get her ready to go back to school. We've been hanging out and just relaxing for long, real quick. We'll let brother. Who is that? Brother Shaka?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Grand rising.
Yeah, what up, Shaka?
Yo, match it.
Yeah, we can barely hear you, but we got you.
You hear me?
Yes, distorted.
Yeah, you got like, have you got earpiece in or something, Shakara?
Yeah. I know you're so I can't sure I'm loving it, but it's all blessed.
Okay. I thought you came to. I
That's
thought you
blessed.
came to give our sister
Yep.
Nikita some medication. That's what I thought you came to do.
I appreciate
Oh no. Whoa. I mean, I did hear that part too. But yeah, that's a funny one too. I find the energy for Africans even though it's a lie, it's funny. But yeah, I feel like it's on
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. My
but
question,
yeah, you know?
my question's still not answered, Chakra. My question is, and it seems to me in the last 30 years, I'm giving it 30 years. That's a stretch still. I could narrow it down to the last 10 if I'm being honest, but I'll just say 30 to give it a bit of grace. Yeah. There's been a shift in my American brothers and sisters going from being, you know, African and Mama Africa and, you know, we were slaves from Africa to now. Firebird Africa, we got nothing to do with that place there. That thing there never happened, and now we're indigenous. Hello?
Look,
How?
there's two things. The first thing I'll say is that it's not just them.
Go ahead, Shaka.
I think that's his connection, Born.
Yeah. Yeah, your connection, brother. I see. Shout out IC3. I see IC3 is awakened. So yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know, Shaka. I guess you got Shaka, yo. Yes, your connection, man. Your connection fucked up.
Shaka, you got a bad connection. Have you got a bad connection, or your mic's not your earpiece ain't plugged in properly? One of the two.
But you can't hear me, huh?
A little bit now,
See?
yeah. Yeah, I can hear you now. I can hear you now.
Yeah.
No, he's gone. He's gone again. You're gone.
No, I was just saying that it's not just Black Americans, is it?
Okay, Shaka.
Yeah. I think that's the Americans gave him the boot. They didn't want to hear that. The Americans said, "Get out of here."
Where's my brother at, man? Too much hotep for the day, man. Too much hotep in one show. I couldn't take it. But yeah, man, on that note, y'all, I'm finna go, man. Thank y'all. Shout out. Thank you, Lady D. You know, it's all love. Y'all hit that like button on your way out, man. Ultra. I don't know why y'all keep trying to come through, man. Ultra, promote what you gotta promote, brother. What's up, man?
That's it.
Good morning, Ultra, Mr. Moral of the Morals. How you mean?
What's going on? Listen, I'm not gonna lie. It's fun being the most moral person on the internet.
Oh God, no. Oh God.
Yeah, no. And do you know what the funniest thing is for me? Yeah, like it's just easy, isn't it? Like obviously, big up Born. I think this is my first time on the show, 2022.
Yeah,
big up Lady D. Yeah, no, I was listening to the girl. I can't remember her name, but
it was our dearly beloved sister Nikita.
Yeah, but the truth of the matter is, on Clubhouse, that type of narrative is not actually that rare. Yeah, like you get all sorts. But if I'm honest with you, this I think it's strange that, or not strange. I think it's a good opportunity to play that, because when you're self-hating and you're not sure who you are, it's likely that you'll just leap to anything that looks solid. Now, this poor little black girl hates being black so much, she's prepared to circumnavigate all of documented history and transmutate into a indigenous Native American Indian. Like,
absolutely makes no sense. Absolutely makes no logical sense.
Yeah. But the thing is, how like I don't want to cast aspersions on the girl, but how would you get through to somebody like that? Surely, if she just took a DNA test. But I think that type of person would be reluctant to, because she knows it will burst their bubble. And that's the problem with
Not only
information.
would it burst the bubble, then they'd have to rethink the whole, whatever their group's on, innit? The whole group would need to now regather, regroup, and rethink. Like, what's the new way?
But that's the problem. Like, if you try to take somebody out of their paradigm, remember, this woman is fully deluded now and has built her entire worldview around this thing where I'm not black, I'm Native American, right? The problem is, if you burst that woman's bubble with fact-based evidence, what happens to her mentality, psychology at that point? Because I mean, it's all fine and dandy us saying, "All right, you're an idiot. Here's your DNA," but what happens to her after that? Because
you mean the
remember,
mental struggle, the
psychosis
mental,
is
the mental.
this is it.
Yeah,
She's gonna need assistance. Because remember, she's saying in public, I ain't black, blacks are stinky and all the rest of it, and I'm a Native American Indian. She's saying these things in public. That means she's convinced herself that it's true. Like somehow she's distanced herself from her own past. I'm saying, once you give it a DNA, would that even be enough?
And this is why I say all the time, Ultra. You see, our people, we're very ill people. We really are, to the point where look what we've got to. Like we're really ill. There's something wrong. I'm telling you, we're not well.
Yeah.
We're not
But
well.
no, but ladies, man, I don't. You probably never heard me use this word before. But slavery, right? It stems from there because remember, if you're stolen from your home and you're beaten and raped and pillaged and given another language, does it not stand to reason that after 100, 200, 300, 400, 1500 years of fuckery, it's entirely likely that you won't know who you are.
That's
And
facts.
then,
That's facts.
like, and then at some point, some people are just saying, you know what, I'm gonna have to draw the line. For me, this is it. But the problem is, even though you've drawn the line and said, all right, look, this is it, you're discounting everything that your ancestors went through for us to be here on the internet discussing these things. And I'm being honest, that bothers me because if you think about, especially anyone in the UK and in the US as well, think about what your grandparents had to go through. Just the grandparents. We're not talking about the other generations yet. Just think about what those people had to go through for us to sit here and live comfortable. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Things ain't fucking perfect. No, not by any stretch. But think about the life that your great grandparents had to go through, and your grandparents. Like we're like for some of us, we're going back to the late 1800s.
Yep, we're going back to at least 18. Yep, definitely.
And
definitely.
then just let that just wash over you for a second. Forget like religion and all that stuff. Just think about what they went through because of their hue. For us to sit here with Wi-Fi and 75-inch TVs and Xboxes and fucking unlimited internet, fucking owning houses, having businesses, wearing whatever you want to wear, go wherever you want to go, and you can travel the planet now and all this shit. I'm just thinking, well, hang on a second. Like, what are we doing? How can that thought not ground you? How can it not? And then you want to fucking discount what those people did and say, "Oh no, they were native Indians."
We're just gonna forget about all of that hard work and that and what got us
Yeah,
here today,
no,
and we're
that don't sit well with me,
repaint history. We're gonna make it seem a bit the way we want it to appear.
Not even rewrite history. Just forget it altogether.
Come on, like, I can't
Madness.
do it. I can't.
It's madness. I'm sorry. Like, even though even though Kemo likes Cool Runnings, the movie, that's still my brother. You know what I'm saying? And all that means is nobody's perfect. None of us are perfect at it, right? But and some of us have bad taste in movies, Kemo. But like, if you can just please, like, just think, people, think about wars. Like, in fact, that's another thing. We're privileged not to know about no war. I mean, we can read about it, can hear about it on the news, but we haven't had to put our lives down for the sake of our modern conveniences. Like, come on, people. I mean, there's a long way to go, but it starts with the psychology of you first. I mean, if your psychology is all over the place and you can employ cognitive dissonance to get through and just to stay on your square, you need to deny certain things or circumnavigate certain bits of information, then you're the problem. You're the problem. How do we fix said problem? Boy, listen, all I know is it requires support and education, because that girl there, she irked me a little bit, because I was saying, well, like, did you go to school? Like, Americans are unabashedly former slave owners. Like, come on, what are we doing?
I'm scared for the next generation at this point. Like, if this is what they're learning, if this is the outcome, listening to Sister Nikita, we're done out here. We're done out here.
And this is the thing, lady. All that I heard, like, I mean, don't get me wrong, I've got my own personal feelings about Umar Johnson and all these people, but
don't get me wrong, he doesn't get to slide off the hook easily neither.
Yeah, no, yeah, but we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But my thing is, he asked a girl who needs help, rare, and if you notice, she kind of changed. She started to get a little bit upset, and the reason why she started to get a little bit upset and a little bit agitated is because she's experiencing a psychological impairment. She knows that she has to put her mind in a particular place for that kind of nonsense to stand. And I'm saying to people, it doesn't matter what aspect of your life it is. If you're employing cognitive dissonance, or if you're experiencing this, just to stay on your square, you know it's fuckery. You know, if you have to lie, or if you're experiencing cognitive dissonance to stay on your square, you know what you're dealing with is fuckery. Yeah, that's what we say in Jamaica. If something's foolish, we call it fuckery. Kemo wouldn't know this. I'm teaching Kemo like the Jamaican slang these days.
You have to speak Ashanti.
You're gonna crucify me soon. I'm telling you, fucking up. No, but yeah, it's just like, for me, it's nuts. It's nuts, and everywhere I look, all I see is people that are just fucked in the head. I mean, it's like, how do we deal with all of this? How do we deal with it? It's like, it's all right for us to point it out, but if you walk up to someone and tell them, "Oh, excuse me, sister," or "Excuse me, brother," what you're standing on is fuckery. Your thought process is fuckery. The way you behave is fuckery. The square you're standing on is fuckery. Lady Divine, who wants to hear that? Nobody. And the truth of the matter,
nobody wants to hear that.
And that's the thing. You can't reach anybody by attacking them. But if you try to take somebody off their square, no matter how gentle you are, there's always going to be a backlash. You're going to put up that wall, so it's going to be difficult for you to penetrate. The amount of time that needs to be invested in repairs of the mind, I don't know if there's time before the sun soars up into a red gas giant and murders us all. I just don't know if there's time. I don't know. I mean, like, for me, Rap Raven, his channel is criminally undersubscribed. The intellectual work, the work on intellectualism that Shakara's doing on his channel. I think it's Go Cypher, Got Cypher, no, G Cypher. I can't remember what it's called. But all of that stuff there needs to be promoted. Like, that's the stuff. Like, come on. I mean, geez, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's just, we just out here denying demonstrable facts.
It's an abomination, period. It's an abomination.
How are we, how, like, this is the thing. If I'm honest with you, this YouTube, this stuff, right? When you just step back, it's making me realize that virtual online reality is allowing people to live in a reality that is not reality. Like, it's allowing people to get wrapped up in their own little bubble, and they're able to sort of just deflect facts. And this is another thing I'm noticing in the Lady Divine. You're not allowed to say things that people don't want to hear. And I'm like,
that's their business. If you don't want to, you don't listen. But you're not going to stop me from talking.
Is that what we're doing now? Is that what we're doing? So because you don't want to hear it, it's a problem. I'm saying anyone that believes that can't be married. You can't be married. You're definitely not married if you want to live in a world where there's somebody saying stuff that you don't really want to hear. Hashtag I love my wife really, but sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Like, listen, people cut that out. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, like, people born after 1985, I don't know.
I think they're missing a chromosome, to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
Couple.
I don't know. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, because like, all right, sometimes people say things that you don't like and you don't want to hear. All right, no problem. But is what they're saying actually true?
In other words, can we stick to the facts? That's what he's asking. Can we just stick to the facts?
This is what I'll go on anyone's channel, right? Because I think just sticking around in the echo chamber is that's
same here. I go wherever I want. I reach in places people wouldn't expect me to be in.
And that's the right thing to do.
I'm all over the place.
That's the right thing to do. But you see, when you go to these places, if it's just nonsense and fuckery, then you can say, right, I went here, it was pure nonsense and fuckery. No problem. But then you know what you're dealing with. But the people that are dealing with facts and upliftment, it's like they're criminally undersubscribed. I don't know. It's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird. But I'm saying for 2022 people, listen, let's do better with the mental side of life. Let's repair the mental health. Like, let's try not to implement lies and fiction in order to make a point. Let's try to recognize when we're experiencing cognitive dissonance in order to make a point or to stay stood on the square. Because nobody's willing to move from their square normally out of ego. It's normally ego-driven narcissism.
When you're wrong, just admit you're wrong. There's no reason to have to double down. Don't double down on the wrongness. Don't do that.
Hey, listen, you know what? People just double down and do the wrong and strong thing. And you know why, ladies? Like, the only reason I can think of that you're doing wrong and strong is because of ego. That's
I said
it.
that yesterday. Facts. Ego. It's like some people egos are so disgustingly.
They're called, no, ladies divine. They are ego-driven narcissists. And you know what?
God.
The virtual YouTube world is facilitating it because they're wrapped in their bubble and normally surrounded by sycophants. That is one of the most toxic environments you can be in when you're wrapped in your own little bubble, surrounded by sycophants. All right. Another word for sycophant is
they
zombie.
need to get a diagnosis for that and medication prescribed, because something came. Right, I'm noticing this more and more often. It's disgusting, and they're getting younger and younger with it. That's even more frightening.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, ladies, man. I'm worried. I've got children ranging from 19 to 1, and I'm worried. I'm worried. I can't lie. Because imagine, I say a lot of the time, the generation that our parents came up in, they were much better people because they knew the struggle and they understood what they wanted for their children, right? Whereas our children don't know struggle. They don't know war.
Nothing. They are,
yeah,
and they are. What's it?
privileged.
No, bottle
Privileged
fed
little
and
fucks.
nappy changed privileged children. Hold on.
Yeah, but that's the thing now, ladies divine. Couple that now with things like the virtual world, the metaverse that's coming, where they can wrap themselves up in their own little bubble and they can be impervious to criticism, to critique, and if you notice, people born after 1983 are so fragile when they're critiqued, they just fall apart. And my thing is, wait a minute. So someone says a mean word or something you don't like, and you just go to pieces? Really? I don't know. Like I'm worried. I'm worried, man. I'm fucking worried, Lids, man. I don't know. What do you think?
Sorry, Ultra, my phone went off there for a minute. Oh God, I can't. You know me multitasking. I missed the last bit of what you said. I was on a call.
Yeah, no, I was just saying, people are just fragile these days where, like, because this online thing, they wrap themselves up in that bubble. Like the slightest critique bursts the bubble.
Oh my God.
And they fall apart. It's
having a meltdown, a literal meltdown. Like, what the hell happened to you? Did you just discombobulate? What happened to you?
Yeah. I was just like, listen, people. This is the problem. There's like 8 billion people on the planet, right? We're not all gonna agree. We're not all gonna get on. So, like, if you understand that and you accept it, like, isn't that the first step? Like, there's always gonna be somebody who don't like you. Always. But that's their problem. And yeah, it's all a nonsense. It's all a nonsense, and I'm worried. I don't know how to get through it. But like I said, Shakira's work on intellectualism, Raven, that stuff there is about bettering yourself, not just like financially, but your mental health and well-being. For me, the mental health and well-being is the single most important thing that people need to stay on top of. Not, oh, Ultra, I hate you. Oh, no, you said something so mean to me. No. Ultra, I hate you. That's okay. You're entitled to feel like that. And thirdly, that's a you problem.
Not what are you telling me for?
Yeah. Like, okay, no problem. Kemo, you know, you're only 3/4 Jamaican. Like, if I say that to Kemo, obviously I'm saying it so he knows it's a joke, right? But anything that someone says to you that is not true should not be bothering you.
It shouldn't even rattle your flipping coattail.
Big up, Ultra, big up, Lady Divine.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Zilly, I brought get your ugly face off the screen.
Bless up.
I know you're thinking it weren't me. I know you thought it was some troll.
Bless up, Zellini, bro. Bless up.
Bro, big up, broski.
Yeah, no, the conversation's fire, bro. I just literally, the last 10 minutes of what I've caught of it, you get me? I've heard a good couple points, you get me? But you see what you say.
Can you see my display picture? I changed it.
Yeah, I seen them ugly ass trainers, Ultra, man. I seen.
Oh, you don't, bro? They're from Back to the Future.
You fly shit, man. Get out of here, man.
They're from Back to the Future, bro. The laces tie themselves.
Bro,
are you trying to piss me off,
bro? I've heard you speak and how you are with money, bro. Yeah, why have you even got them trainers on the screen?
No, they're the hardest, bro.
Yes, they're the coldest, yeah, but you would never ever, bro. You could have double the money to buy them, Ultra. You would never buy them trainers.
Do you know what? If I'm honest with you, because I've got a wife and 4 kids, I have to forego that luxury. Yeah, I have to forego that luxury.
You still wouldn't do it. You get me?
Yeah, how much are they though, Andy? How much are they?
I think they're like 20 grand, something like that.
What?
Yeah, but they're peas, bro. They're one-away trainers, man. You're not gonna find like too much of them.
20 grand for a pair of shoes? Are you taking the piss?
Bro, you get me?
There's trainers that's a deposit for a yard, bro. I'm not having that now. I'm gonna have to take them off the screen now. I'm taking them off the screen. Fucking hell.
But what you saying about the undersubscribed the other channels that are doing certain things, but you know what it is? That's a society, bro, innit? People always gravitate towards fuckery more time, like regardless what it may be. They always have done that, and they probably always will do. You get me? For example, obviously, not more time. You know where I'm at. You get me? I'm on Jedah's channel. Bro, the channel be quiet. Man's talking logically and having a reasonable, rational conversation. Soon as 2 people start getting at it, bro, you get me? 1 million people come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
and it's just, you get me? It's sad. It's sad.
Goes crazy.
Yeah, man.
I see it.
You know what I mean? And I find that everywhere. You get me? Like it's just how people are. You get me? People love to see drama. That's all it is.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. But this is what I'm saying. That for me.
Yeah,
is an issue. I mean, don't let me not pretend like I'm not gonna be some fucking hypocrite. Like occasionally, I like a little bit of drama.
We all do. Let's be real.
There's certain times where like certain channels pop off, and I'm like, hey, babe, listen, I need half an hour. I go get my popcorn and I come and sit down. Yeah. But like as soon as that's done, it's like, right, did that improve my life or anyone else's? No.
Yeah.
Whereas if there's no chance you can go to Shakara or fucking Rat Raven's channel and not come out with some sort of idea that you can implement to make not only your life better but that of your community. You see what I'm saying? And that if you're not spending at least an hour there, if like what I mean of your YouTube time, then come on, what are you doing?
I definitely would agree with that. You get me in that, and for me, brother, it's just a balance, isn't it? You get me? Like you can't do too much of one thing, and you can't do too much of the other. But at the same time, like you just need to balance it out. You get me? But I noticed with the online community anyway, the attention span's very short. You get what I'm trying to say? Like very short. So unless it's a super engrossing subject or there's visuals, a lot of people kind of lock off. You get what I'm trying to say? Like, and they'll do that very quickly. You get me? Me included.
I agree.
Me included.
No, I agree. Do you know what's funny? I read there was a study. In fact, my mother-in-law sent it to me about YouTube and TikTok short videos. Is fucking up the attention span of people. 100%. Which is why I make
Lady D is
and let me tell you, I'm in a WhatsApp group. Yeah. I can't tell you the name just in case. But like, I'm in a WhatsApp group and somebody sent a written joke and it was quite long. And about there's about 40 people in the group and about 10% of those people said, I can't be asked to read all of that. And I was like, fucking hell.
Do you know what, Ultra? And I'm not gonna lie about that. Like the way that people's brains are molding to think like that and have been is constructed. And I'll give you another example. Music. A song used to be 4 minutes, 3:59. You get me? 3:30. Yeah, now, bro, tunes are 2 minutes, 2 minutes 30. You get me? I even see a tune the other day that was like 1.5 minutes. You get what I'm trying to say? Because people's attention span. It's just like the new generation. They can't get with it, and it's not just the new generation. You get me? I think it's where we're giving instant now. You get me? People are so used to that. It's like
human nature's graduate evolve into being instant.
Man. Right. You get me? 3 minutes of my life too long. I can't read that. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and not even that. I tell you the truth. I'll tell you where I'm guilty of that. Yeah, there's this like grocery delivery service called Gorillas. Yeah, that brings you your shit in 10 minutes, brother. I can't lie. Yeah, I can't lie. Like having to fight for delivery slots in Sainsbury's and Asda, and you can't get it until tomorrow or 2 days. Like to have some pussy, I'll tell you, brother, I'll bring it to you in 12 minutes. Like,
see what I'm saying? My man's still bringing it to you in 12 minutes and you're calling him a pussy, and you're wondering why
Yeah.
where we are in society. You're fucking.
Yeah, man, trust me. But
yeah,
but the reading and the attention span for me is a issue.
Yeah.
Because I think that's another reason why drama is easy. It's drama and the fighting and the hate and the spiel is easy. Whereas say to somebody, all right, go to this channel, and provided you put in a little bit of work, you might be able to improve your life. Oh, you know, I don't really know, I don't know, you know, but the guy running the channel, I don't like his stocks, and I'm just getting tired of my species, bro. It's like oh my god, I sound like my dad.
Bro,
wow.
You know what?
I think I just got old.
It's not, bro. Do you know what? Like, I wouldn't even say old, yeah, but I'll just say once you understand certain things about how humans work, and it just like you just look at things for a different way, a different light, brother. And that same thing what you're talking about, where it's like I'm sick of my speech. I felt like that many a times. It's like I just see things and I just like, bro, what is wrong with people? You get me? But at the same time, I understand, bro. Everyone's not adept to what you may know or what I may know, what Lady D may know, or can see things through our perspective, or may even be at that point in their life, bro. You get what I'm trying to say? So you just get what you get, man. But you can just deal with yours, bro. You get me? Deal with yours and people around you, and just take it from there. But the undersubscribing, I think in England anyway, I think there's a heavy. I don't want to call it conscious, but you get me, that sort of community. You understand what I'm saying? I think it's just marketing and sharing. You see, with the drama shit, like 100 people will share a video of me and you arguing right now. If we were having a conversation, no one's really going to share a conversation like you see what I'm trying to say. So I think it's up to certain people that like that sort of content to push it. You know what I'm trying to say? Just put the hit.
And also as well, remember, certain times you have to take your ego out of a situation or your personal feelings, right? Because
100%.
The type of guy I am now, even if I can't stand somebody's blood clot, if they're doing a show on a topic that I feel, because I still have to get the feelings in there somewhere, if I feel like the topic is worthwhile and beneficial, I would even go and contribute to that Pussyos channel, right? Even if I don't like them. Because if I take my feelings out of the situation, is what that person's saying beneficial? If the answer is yes, then what am I doing? Not contributing just because I've got a problem with X, Y, or Z.
Do you know what, Ultra? I try to apply that same concept in life more time. Doesn't always work, but I try to do
not in real life. On YouTube specifically, it's easy.
No. I hear on YouTube it being easy, but this in general, you get me. Like, see, for me, I deal with logic and that. You get me. I try to take my ego as much as I have one. Sometimes I try to take it out of the conversation. You could have lied to me 100 times, brother, and I know you're telling the truth this time. Some people will be like, I will never listen to that person again. If I know you're not lying to me this time, brother, then I'll take in what you're saying. I'm not so quick to write somebody off. You get what I'm trying to say?
But trust is another thing, brother. Trust. Oh, Jesus Christ. Trust is a thing where I find that black people specifically don't dish that out in no easy way. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like
we don't dish it out amongst each other, I would say.
Yeah, and then like when you do things like get trust going, and then you put money into a situation, the thing goes left more time.
But again, I've had this conversation before with a couple of people. Yeah, do you know? It's very simple. There's non-trust in a lot of other races and a lot of other groups of people. Yeah, it may not be shown to be as blatant as it is with us, but there is the same sort of principles lie. They're human, but what the difference is, these people work within the parameters of the society that they live in. I'll give an example. There will be five white people or 5 Asian people that go into business, regardless whether they're friends, foe, family, or whatever. There's going to be business contracts in that fucking situation. You see what I'm trying to say? So at the end of the day, me, Ultra, Lady D, and Bornrich get into an argument. We all go our separate ways. You're supposed to get this. I'm supposed to get that. He's supposed to get that. We want to do this handshake. Yeah, cool. I know my man from back in the day, and Lady D used to fucking do my sister's hair and all this bullshit.
The emotion gets tired. I hear you.
All this bullshit that when it goes left, no one cares about no more. Yeah, no one cares that people know people 22 years no more. You know what I'm trying to say? So to avoid that, bro, you simply just move in a certain way that You get me? You cannot like me after the dealings are done, but it is what it is. And
but we both did the job, though. That's the thing.
You're not
get the
Ultra,
job did.
I hear you. I hear what you're saying, Ultra. But again, even in other races, you still have these same issues. You'll find if you go to civil court.
Yeah, but brother, look at the Asians. Look at the like specifically the Indians.
Yeah.
Right. They got a model where it don't matter about your feelings.
Yeah.
All that matters is here's the contract.
Yeah.
Let's get the job did.
Exactly.
And then
again,
after that, we can discuss rare tear and all
key
the
part of what you just said, Ultra, and one of the first words in that was, "Here's the contract." Yeah.
Yeah. That's it.
Which means, like, once again, bro, you can feel how you want to feel after this is signed. It is what it is. Again, there was too much of this promising. Oh yeah, we'll do this rare tear, handshake, spud, yada yada yada. You get me? This is why it's not sustainable, because things will go left. That's just life sometimes, isn't it?
Life goes left for real.
You might feel like you're gonna get the worst end of the deal. So yeah, but once again, if it's stated you get 10% and I get 90, and that's what we both agreed to, but then it is what it is, isn't it? I can't be mad at that. You get me, or vice versa. I can't be mad that you've walked away with 90% now and I'm sitting there screwed. That's what I agreed to. That's what I signed. That's the money that I had to put into the venture. It is what it is. You get what I'm trying to say? If it said, oh, you know what, if in the event of whatnot, you get X, Y, and Z, then bruv, that's what it says. But,
yeah, again, that's the contract. And I'm saying if you agree to a contract, like if you've agreed to terms, that's it.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
And that's the thing about clauses and addendums. Like, here's your cut. Yeah. But if say that the contract earns 15% more than what is initially projected or forecast, then you get a bonus.
Yeah.
But if it's a thing where you get your cut and you don't feel it's enough and you want to get red eye and all this fuckery, bruh, listen, forget that. We did the job. And I'm saying, like, listen, tradesman, where are you? I need a plumber. I'm gonna call my boy Veli.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
100%, man. I think it's just do you know the wickedest thing? What this annoys me more time? It's like someone said this the other. I can't remember what stream it was on, but the other day it was like, we know what to kind of do more time now, innit? It's gone past the days where, oh no, you get me, we might not have that bit of information, or we might be a bit unclued on whatnot. Like, bro, we know the formula, innit? You get me? I'm trying to say, like, there's no reason why we shouldn't be cooking. None whatsoever. You get me? Yeah, there's symptoms of other things why we might act out or exhibit certain behaviors or whatever it may be towards each other. But outside of that, like, everybody knows we're fucked up as a whole. We need to get out of this fucking predicament. We kind of know.
That's the thing, brother. This is the thing. If we know that there's certain things that need addressing, it's incumbent on us to go and seek the help that's needed, rather than double down in wrong and strong. Or
100%,
like,
100%.
Yeah, it's 100%. Like, all right, like, and that's the thing, brother. Like, for me, like I said, I'm thinking about what my dad's grandparents went through.
Yeah.
And then my dad's parents.
Yeah.
And my dad's and mum's generations there.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Like, brother, do you think there was an opportunity for them to own property and have all kinds of fucking technology in their homes and Wi-Fi and heating and fucking clean water and plumbing that works and more than a fucking candle to walk around it? Brother, these people are,
yeah, but
again, I don't know, like, it just burns me. That I think these people went through some madness.
It does, but again,
and then we're here privileged, thinking, "Oh, what iPhone am I going to get next year for my upgrade?" I was like, "Motherfucker, you have no idea." And the fact that people are allowed to forget that is a fucking crime.
Do you know? I don't even think it's allowed to forget. Do you know what I think? I think that it's like, all right, cool. It's the same way that you notice people that come to the UK from Africa, India, wherever it may be, they tend to do a lot better than English students more time. Because they feel like the opportunity they're given, they cannot believe what is being presented in front of them. Yeah. Whereas I'm a prime example.
Because it's nothing. It's like, this is regular business.
Yeah. Exactly.
We take it for granted. That's what it is.
Exactly. You get me? And you see me, I'm a prime example of that myself. I got kicked out of school in year 9, bro. I was doing all sorts of fuckery when I should have been taking advantage of what was given to me for free. Yeah, you get what I'm trying to say? Like, obviously, I forget how teachers may have behaved or whatever. Forget all that. The opportunity you're able to learn for free. People got to pay for this, and but you don't see it like that because you're born into it. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
it's only when somebody from outside can say, "Oh, you're mad. You're wasting the opportunity." You're like, "Bro, what are you talking about, man? Fuck English schools. They're shit. Teachers this, teachers that." And it's only when you get older you realize, bro, like people will die for this opportunity that we're given for free. Yeah, literally die.
So, and literally that's the thing, because for them, it's the way out of the bullshit.
Yeah,
they're not letting it go. And talking about way out, hello princess, how are you? Have you read your Marcus Garvey book? Good.
Big up little Ultra, man.
Good. No, the Shakara recommended me
come on,
a couple books for the baby, for the princess. So
big up,
yeah. Fucking, she's getting her hair done.
You're still not back at school yet, Ulch?
No, they were open today, but it was only for COVID testing.
Oh, okay. Mine's about
It's COVID testing today, and everyone that gets negative is due into school tomorrow. Yeah,
they're doing the Thursday, Friday. Yeah, I think everyone's got that. My daughter's got that still. So
yeah. I'm back to work tomorrow myself, man. I'm trying to get a positive COVID test, man.
This is the first I hear someone trying to get the COVID. They're not trying to run from it.
Yeah, because don't forget, I'm triple jabbed. Yeah, so like I'll be okay if I get it.
Yes, Ultra. We know, Ultra. We've heard you.
Triple jabbed. Don't miss me.
Ultra, what made you? Is it because of your career that made you get the jab? Was it your personal choice?
Yeah, to be honest with you, it was a combination of things. Like obviously, I've got a holiday booked for this year. I've had it booked since last year, and I thought, if I'm honest, I foresaw shit happening with COVID, and I was right. And I said, right, what I'm not going to do is compromise A, my holiday, and 2, if the doctors that I listen to are giving me peer-reviewed information that is telling me if you take this COVID jab, you're less likely to die, blah, 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 blah. And remember, the Delta was deadly. This Omicron is not so much. But my brethren, I'm not going to say his name, we're just going to call him D for the purposes of the conversation. He had a holiday booked to Holland, and he's not jabbed. And when he looked at the DirectGov website, you can't get into Holland without being vaccinated.
That's what I'm hearing about Ghana too. I'm hearing the same for Ghana.
Guess what fucking EasyJet and the hotel said to him? No refunds, pussy.
But I'm not gonna lie. Like, I would have probably said the same thing, bro. That was up to you to check. Like, know what you're doing, bro. Yeah, check the guidelines of where you're going to. Come on, man.
That's it, brother. The place I'm going to, it's only in Europe, but the place that I'm going is like they're desperate for fucking tourism. I'm prepared. We got 5-star hotel, everything, and it's cheap. But because it's bare of us, it costs me a lot of money.
Never to leave Britain again unless I can pattern it some other way. Yeah.
Oh, also, my wife's triple jab.
That's what I'm thinking. How the hell am I gonna get out of here when I have no intention of taking the damn vaccine? How's that gonna work?
Boy, I don't know, lady. But it looks like you're gonna have to go on holiday to Butlins.
Smart, man. Smart.
You're gonna have to go on holiday in Butlins. Fucking hell.
Even all this PCR and this negative. But the other day I went out, like literally, and then wanted to go somewhere after. They was like, "Yeah, you got to give a PCR test or a negative COVID test." Bro, I've never taken a COVID test in my life.
It's not that deep, though. You just put the swab in your nose.
Yeah, no, I hear all that, but like, you get me. But like, it's just like, even if I had one to hand, I probably wouldn't have done it. So I'm just like, I'm looking around, man, saying, "Boom." They've got a negative text or something on their phone, bro. You know what man did? Man forwarded the text to 12 people and just changed the name on each text. That's all man did. Shoreditch, bro. That's all man did. Shoreditch. Yeah, all man did.
Yeah, fucking hell. But you know what the funny thing is? That type of thing is kind of dangerous though, because if one of you was positive and asymptomatic, You could give it to mom, to grandma, to granddad,
I
to
had
your
it,
brethren,
Ultra.
to
I had it for
kids.
4 months.
Listen,
So that shit could
listen.
kill me. I had
Listen.
it when we was on the block.
I'm
All
gonna
that time
fucking
I
listen.
had COVID then.
I'm gonna keep it
That's mad.
100. COVID, yeah, is a ramped up fucking flu. I don't care who wants to dispute me. I don't care who wants to fight me. I don't care who wants to tell me nothing. It's
When
a
you finish, I'll challenge that though. I'll
It's a
challenge it
ramped
slightly.
up fucking flu that attacks the weak immune system of weak people, yeah, and people that are weaker than the average fucking person, bruv, yeah. All it is a fucking thing you get for a couple days, just like flu. You get me? There's 1 or 2 additional new fucking symptoms. You get me? Yeah, but other than that, bruv, it's the same shit. Strong people fight it off and they're good again. Weak people may pass from it. It may do whatever to other people, but bruv, this stuff's got a 1% kill rate, bro. Like, what are we dealing with there, man?
I had it for months. I'm not gonna lie.
we
I
dealing
was
with?
coughing and spluttering and hard to breathe and that. But I just fight that off naturally. Like I did the Jamaican style. Yeah,
exactly,
that's what I
Lady
did.
Yeah, but one thing I will say, Charles, I will never say that there is nothing there. In it. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm not one of them people.
No, because I'm not gonna lie. I almost got into a fight with one guy at work because he was like, "Oh, COVID's not real. It don't exist." And I said, "But you know, like we had a couple drivers. You know, when COVID initially kicked off, and I think it was 2021? Yeah, when it initially kicked off and people were dropping out, we lost 2 guys from our garage. Yeah, and he was like, I said to him, but we lost 2 guys from our garage from COVID. You know this." He's like, "Oh yeah, well they're fudging the figures. He could have died from anything." I said, "Okay,
true though.
Okay."
True.
I said to him, "Okay." My aunt, my favorite aunt, has COVID right now, and she's fucked up in hospital. Right? I've dialed her on WhatsApp video call. I said, "Look, my aunt's in the COVID ward, fucked up on a ventilator. What are you saying?" You know what he said? "I don't know her." It took I almost got out of the chair to box him up because my aunt is there fucked up, looking like she had a stroke, She's on a ventilator. She can't even talk. Even now, this was way back. This is even before my nan's anniversary. This is like mid-year June, 2021, and I said to him, even now, today in 2022. My aunt still got the effects of the COVID. Her breathing ain't right, rare. And guess what? She was like, "I ain't taking the vaccine, Junior." Oh, I just gave you my name. Fuck's it.
Yeah, no, do you know what? Obviously,
she's like, "Oh,
big up.
She's like, "I'm not taking the vaccine." She got COVID, and guess what? Now she want the vaccine.
Big up, Auntie Ultra, man. You get me? Like,
come on, man.
She gets fully recovered. You get me?
Yeah, man. It's long, isn't it? But each to their own. I would only advise you, please, get information on these viruses from actual medical personnel and get both sides of the aisle. Because if you're only on one side of the aisle, you're just gonna go far left or far right, and it's long.
What did Umar call them?
Right in the middle.
YouTubetorians. What did he call them?
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, YouTubetorians. Yeah, fucking hell.
Yeah, no, I would like. Do you know what? Yeah, I tell you the truth. I've got family members that have done that shit. I've got family members that are on the same wave as me. You get me? Yeah. What I will say is that for a period in time, they were making it seem like everybody that was in hospital that had something wrong with them was may have been passing away just due to that. You get what I'm trying to say? And even they had one of their own experts come out and say, well, 1 or 2 things weren't right. You get me? But at the same time, I do believe
it makes sense to me though. I'll tell you why. If somebody who's not into the vaccine says to me things didn't go right, figures were fudged, I would actually, I'm inclined to agree with you. And the reason why I'm inclined to agree with you is because who's currently running the country? Case closed. Case closed.
It's done.
That's it, done. So if someone says to me the figures were fudged, I'll be like, was the pandemic bungled and mishandled, allowing conspiracy theories to creep in? Yes, it was. Do you know why? Who's running the country? Case closed. I agree. However, it's like, remember, we've got scientists.
PhDs
on the thing.
This is, but this is where we need to stop here, because there's over 1,000 qualified and so-called decorated sightings, bro, that are quite currently being silenced, isn't it? So, like, there may be a bunch of them that are saying one thing, but the ones that I disagree with.
Nah. Listen, if you think doctors are being silenced, you need to come off YouTube. We're not going to go on Rumble.
We're not going to do that. And also, like, let's not act like these people can't be paid off, bro. You get me? And these people don't work for certain organizations. Like, we have followed the trail on one or two.
Brother, let me tell you the truth. No, let me not tell you the truth. Let me tell you something.
Go on.
I may or may not have shares in Pfizer.
Exactly. So therefore, it would be in your best interest for you to talk up the thing, wouldn't it? Exactly.
No, wait. Hold on. I'm always honest. I'm always honest, much to my detriment. Yeah. Let's just say, for the sake of this argument, that I have shares in Pfizer.
Yeah.
Right. I'm thinking this virus ain't going. I'm thinking like years down the line. This virus ain't going nowhere. The government are locking down. World governments are locking down. We ain't getting out of this unless, like, the majority of the people are dosed up. It would be a financial gold mine for me to invest in the people that are the ones who have been chosen to sort this shit out. I'm saying that's entrepreneurial.
But what's to say that in 4 or 5 years, bro, any of this shit's gonna fucking matter or be viable? What's to say in the next 5 years the whole world's not going to be a considerably different place?
We don't know. That's the thing.
For me, that shoulda, coulda, woulda. Like, we can't. I can predict.
All right, hold on.
Once enough people are dosed up.
One second.
You get me?
If I told you in 2018 that you would have been in your house for the best part of the next 2 years, bro, and the government would have said you're not allowed out due to lockdown, you would have told me I'm probably mad. Yeah?
I would have told you that you're probably high.
I wouldn't have told you you're mad. I personally would have told you I can't see it. I would have told you I can't see it.
Yeah, all right, fair enough, innit? That's.
But remember, I work for public transport.
Yeah.
If you told me I'll be able to stay home and with 80% of my wages and not have to work,
forget that, bro. We're not talking about that part there, though, Ultra. You get that, that's a perk of your job. The average person ain't getting stuff like that, bro. Yeah, that's a perk for you directly. So I'm saying, bro, like all these things they tell you, like last year, big up Max Savage. The experts told us it stopped you from getting it, but then a year later they said it can't help you when you get it. Like, what the fuck is this about? You kept trying to say they changed these so.
No. I just read Max Savage's comment. This is the problem. This is the problem I have. Yeah, information was bungled, mishandled, and I keep saying it's because of the people that are running the country.
No, you understand?
Initially they said don't wear masks. Now they're saying wear masks. It's because when we get more info, you have to move with it. Initially, these people. I think it's on my YouTube channel. Initially, Boris Johnson came on national TV and said to people, "Your loved ones are gonna die, and why don't we just do?"
Yeah, he did do
let
that.
It run. He said,
a lot of us,
yes.
of us are not
And
going to
then
see
he
our
said,
loved ones.
we'll let COVID just run through the country and see where we are. So that means he had no idea how serious this was going to be. And then remember, don't wear masks. Work from home, but don't work from home. But only if you can, but don't work from home. But listen, the whole thing was bungled and mishandled. That's why people like Max Savage can say things like, "Oh, they told us rare." Of course they did.
Ultra, wait, one sec, brother. You are a smart brother, so I know you know what controlled confusion is, bruv. Yeah. Controlled chaos, bro. People need to understand that certain things, bro, like it's not by accident. It's not, we didn't know what was going on. They may portray it to you that they didn't know what was going on, bro, but there's set fucking goals and targets and plans what they've got. Just like in 2022, this and so on and so forth due to happen, bro. This is how the world works, bro. These people are given a fucking script to an extent. Now, Granted, they might not know everything, bruv. They might not be privy to that, yeah? But let's not act like the prime minister of the country does not know nothing about nothing, bruv, yeah?
And come on, let's not play like,
we're
to
not
add
going to
to
do
that,
that.
let's not play like,
I'm not hearing that. I'm not
Ultra.
hearing that.
you gotta
Boris
hear him
Johnson is a
out.
dickhead.
Ultra, hear him out, yeah?
No. I fully agree Boris Johnson's a dickhead, but when we follow who Boris
No, but
Johnson's
hold
dad
on,
is,
hold on. I
where
can
he went to
help you out here,
school, how he
Zerini.
got in, how he even got to be in certain positions of power, bruv, like it's part of the fucking game, bro. Like,
But what I gather from what he's saying, Ultra, is this, yeah. So let's not play like we could like okay. So let's just say that Boris didn't know what's going on, but let's not play like China were not investigating all of this corona business from how many years back, like in the labs and that.
Yeah,
let's not play like they were privileged.
Coronavirus isn't new, and do you know how? Do you know how I realized it's not new?
And
Because if you look at the back of your, if anyone that has Dettol,
the back of the Dettol tin, it says, we know all this, Ultra, man, we know all this.
But this is what I'm saying. So that means coronavirus isn't new. And if Dettol can kill coronavirus, that means it's something that we've already been exposed to.
Bro, hear me out. What I'm saying to you, just to play, because this 9 does talk about it. She says, what did she say? Basically, what Zelini's saying is like, out of chaos comes order, innit? So when you set the chaos in motion, now you can bring in structure and order to get the people to do what you want. That's the point he's making.
That's all I'm saying. Big up, lady.
Okay. I hear you. So you're basically saying this happened to make the people docile.
Bro, it's not even docile because they're already there. It's just to basically take more control than they already have, bro. Yeah, through this, everyone's got to go and get on another fucking system. People ain't being allowed to go into shops. They've got to have this card. They've got to have this proof of their. They've got to have all these fucking measures.
We've got to have passports. Vaccine
yeah,
passports to travel.
I'm not even gonna lie, ladies, but I've got my fucking COVID passport on my phone.
All sorts of shit. Can't do all sorts of shit in the name of public health. Yeah, and again, not to go off topic, but it's the same thing.
See you later, princess. I'll see you soon. Yeah,
it's the same thing with something.
Call me when your hair's done.
If we go back like 20 years with 9/11, and I'm not even gonna not go into it, it's just an example, bro. Through that chaos there, bro, they were able to lock down all airports around the world. Now man's got to go for 1 million checks when I want to enter a fucking country. When I've got 1 million cameras in the name of terrorism. Now feds are walking all up and down talking about I can stop you under section terrorism. Like, bro, all these things come out of the chaos, bro. And I'm not getting into whether it was controlled or constructed, whatever it may be. All I'm saying is, bro. What comes out of that now is a structure, a system where it's just more tightening on society, bro. That's all it is. It's more tightening on society.
I hear that. Human rights.
Wait. I hear that. I hear that. But here's the thing.
Yeah.
I say this a lot. Yeah. Peak game. If you genuinely know, and if there's examples that you can point to where some sort of global event happens and then systems change, right? Is there anything that can be done about it? Really? Probably not. We can protest all the fuck we want.
No.
But if a new system's coming in, brother, you need to ensure that you stack the deck and you take advantage.
All right.
Because if you know something's coming, it's coming, and then you don't take advantage or you don't position yourself in a way where you're affected.
I started this conversation by saying 50-50, bro. Yeah, it's a balance. For me, I'll always like to make sure that I've got some sort of insurance to get me, like somewhere down the line, or I'm covering myself some way, shape, or form. But at the same time, bro, like this whole, even right now, they're telling people to get in the house. If everyone said, I'm not shutting my shop, I'm not going in my yard, I'm not closing my business, bro, what can they fucking do, brother? What can they do? No. They can't send everyone to fucking jail, bro. Yeah?
They can.
No, they can't, bruv. They can't. What they can try
ask Australia, bruv. They just built a new prison in Jamaica. They'll send them there.
No. Forget all that. Because now we're in hypotheticals. I'm saying right now, if everybody said, I'm not shutting down my business, I'm not going inside my yard, I'm not doing none of that shit, bruv, what could they do? All they could try and do is
that's the thing, brother.
Hold on. All they could do is what they do all the time is they grab a select few and they try to make examples in media to make the rest of the masses think this is what will happen to you if you don't follow suit. Yeah, but if everyone literally said fuck that, like, I'll give you a prime example. Colorado the other day, a guy knocked over I think 4 people and killed them in a semi-truck, bro. Yeah, but it literally his brakes failed or some shit like that. They gave him 110 years, bro. You know what happened? Every single truck driver boycotted Colorado, bro. Yeah, to the point where there was millions of trucks stacked up on some outside highway route, bro. Do you know what happened to that guy?
Fucking up the place.
Do you know what happened to that guy? He's now got 10 years, bro. So 100 years was removed from his sentence just because people stood the fuck up, bro. You see what I'm trying to say? Now, I'm not saying that works in every single scenario, bro, but I'm saying it's things like that when people know you're not having a bar of it that lets them know, bro, this shit ain't gonna run. Everyone's so docile, bro, and this is why they can do this stuff too, man. Yeah? Because everyone's more interested in, what's going on Love Island? What's going on PlayStation 5? What go on for fucking Love
I'm not gonna lie.
Who's getting
I have a
docs
theory
on
that
YouTube?
any man that watches Love Island likes a thumb in the bum.
Bro, whatever it may be.
That's my theory.
Whatever it
Any
may
man
be.
that watches Love Island
Them shows there,
likes
bro,
a thumb in the
all of
bum.
that shit, Love Island, Big Brother, fucking Voice, X Factor, fuck all that shit. Cause I'm simply saying it's another distraction that engrosses people.
Wait,
yeah?
what about Cobra Kai? Because I'm not gonna lie,
fuck everything Ultra, man. Get me fuck all that, bro. Yeah?
Ultra's winding you up, Zalili.
I know. You get me? But yeah, man, it's just distractions, bro.
Yeah, no, I won't lie to you. A lot, near enough everything that we have is a distraction, brother. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, for instance, Netflix, Sky TV, Virgin, all that shit. It's all fucking a distraction. Imagine having 1,000 channels and only watching 4 of them.
Yeah, oh,
it's nuts.
It's mad.
It's nuts. But that's why I think the whole YouTube and other social media platforms where you can talk has kicked off, right? Because it's like, I want to speak to other people. I want to know what other people are thinking.
I do prefer human interaction. I so do. Yes, I like to be here.
Yeah. You know, I'm more of a human interaction person. But the one thing I do,
yeah, like, I'm a hugger myself. I can't lie. I like hugs.
Fuck that. But the one thing I do like about is I could talk to anyone from anywhere around the world at any time. That's the one thing I do like.
Yeah, facts.
But yeah, that is one thing I do like about it, man. You get me?
Yeah. That's
not really gonna find.
And also as well, I stand on that, and I'm not even sorry. I like hugs. What can I say? I do.
There's nothing wrong with that, bro. Do you, man?
I like hugs.
There's nothing wrong with
like
that.
obviously with the man, it's the shoulder, like where you push your butt out so your dicks don't touch. You know the shoulder. Yeah, my brother.
Ultra, like, come on now, bro. You just like the weirdest things in life. You like fucking.
No, I literally said so our dicks don't touch. I said the shoulder bump where your dicks don't touch. How is that weird? How are you supposed to hug a man? That's disgusting.
Bro, you know what it is? Do you know when like you just didn't have to mention anything to do with anything, brother, and then it would have been nothing.
Yeah, fuck it up. But this is what I'm saying though. Everything is a distraction. If I'm honest with you, your like if you use an iPhone, first of all, I hate you, and your haircut probably looks stupid. But all of that stuff is a distraction. All of it. Because let's be honest, if you're in a relationship, if you've got a job, if you've got rent, council tax, child care fees, like that's hard enough as it is. Like couple that with lockdowns and the rising cost of food and like it's nuts, bro.
It's intertwined.
Oh, and apparently I read this thing where they're saying they're gonna just revoke people's citizenships now.
Yeah, man, you know you're up out of here. Zalili, you're up out of here. I'm up out of here. Ultra, you're up out of here.
I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna have to make this a little bit controversial now. Like, so if there's any government agents listening, you want to revoke anyone's citizenships, there's a girl called Halima.
No,
just get rid of her, please. Just take her citizenship. Just get rid. Do you know what I mean? So Halima, please take her citizenship. She's useless. Yeah. Okay, back to regular scheduled programming. So
hold on, why that particular person? Who is that person?
Yeah, because she's the worst person on the planet.
I don't know who that is.
She's the worst person on the planet.
Free Helena, man.
If you only knew who you was talking about, yeah, you're gonna have to go beat yourself in the bath, brother.
I don't know who Helena, brother. I just don't like
no clue who you're talking about.
I just don't like people trying
don't
to
worry.
Snitch on people.
If you know, you know. Like, if we're gonna start stripping citizenships, take Halima. Just get rid. She's useless. Ugh. Even saying her name, I feel like I need to go brush my teeth again. Look, my skin's starting to itch now. Anyway, so cotton socks, one go on, You all right? Max Savage, one go on. Hold on. Kemo, my 3/5 Jamaican brother.
Oh,
yes, sir.
Stop it. Hey, Cotton,
fuck you,
shit, I was trolling you. Fucking hell. But Bourne, where's Bourne, man?
Bourne's
I need
mash
to
up,
hold
man.
the
He's
food. I'm
tired, it
fucking
sounds
hungry.
like.
Yeah, for
Do the
real.
I'm
Shakara
so
go. I wanted him
hungry.
to come back. The Shakara wanted to come back in. I want him there.
No, I'm hungry. Lady D, listen, Ziddy, hold it down for me. I need to eat, man. I'm
Huh?
starving.
Yeah,
See,
man.
nothing
Yeah,
bigger.
man. Big up.
Hey, Boone, you sleeping, man? What you
Bourne's
doing,
on
man?
a joke too.
You get me? You're the ass.
Bourne is on the next thing. I agree with that, Ultra. What do you agree with? Why are you listening to Ultra? You don't see Ultra's the biggest kid on the YouTube street. Ultra enjoys Christmas more than fucking kids enjoys Christmas. That's Ultra. Big up Cotton, sis. Ultra's the biggest kid on these YouTube streets.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
He
man.
is. He
That's
loves
what you're
it.
saying, though, Zelini, about the distraction thing. Because, yeah, man, the government's really doing the most right now, and people are just not aware of it.
That's all it is, man. It's just distraction. That's all it is. You get me? Like football, all of this stuff. And I was even saying to someone the other day, if they were to take away all that shit, people would understand within a day, bruv, what's really going on. But because they're so it's engrossed, and the way they do it, like even down to what I was about to say to Ultra, he's like, well, people need to get rid of like iPhones or whatever. Bro, if I work and I need to get sent an email while I'm on the road, how am I getting it sent to me? Through my phone. Yeah, do you get what I'm trying to say? This is how, like, if you want to go, and open up, or even they're trying to give you receipts on email now when you go fucking.
Everything's digital. Everything's gone digital. It's mad.
So it's like, yeah, man. They've just facilitated and developed a way that you can't get around it, bro. You get me? You're not gonna get around it. Yeah.
I notice even the schools now, you can't even give your kids, like, you know, you used to be able to give kids like money and all that. Now it's all digital. You got to just pay. It's mad. It's proper mad.
Don't do none of that. You get me? Talking about, oh yeah, it's to stop stealing and all this other shit. No, it's not. It's just to get them on system. That's it. You don't care about that stuff. You get me? You don't care about none of that shit. None of that shit.
For real, man. It's crazy.
You get me? But yeah, big up everyone that had to, you get me, do what they had to do, because they had to go on holiday. I will not be doing that.
I have not done that. I don't want to do that, but I want to leave this place and get some sun, man. I'm not gonna lie, today's nice and sunny though. I can't lie, but I need more sun. This can't run.
I'm the same. But do you know one of the wickedest things? I think for the last year, and again, this goes into what Ultra was saying about the confusion and misinformation. But people could cut out the country. It's just you had to prove that you was negative once you got to said place or come back or whatever. But people read that. A lot of people, even me included, read that as, brother, I need to be whatever to leave the country. And I wasn't doing that. You get me? So it's only when I'm starting to look up, I'm saying, well, how's my man leaving the country? He ain't going to I'm saying, bro, all I did is take a Ross Clark test. You get me? But I'm not getting somewhere and they turn it red tomorrow. That's one thing I'm not doing.
That's mad, because even though we're saying, okay, yeah, you don't necessarily have to be vaxxed to leave and all them something there, but you do have to kind of be like, if the country you're going to accepts you without it, you have to do your homework, basically, is what I'm saying. Yeah,
man. Yeah, bro. I was getting used to fucking England. Go and explore some parts of England I ain't seen. You get me? Summertime, see you on God.
I want to go to Brazil. I don't know why my calling's to Brazil, you know, but I need to get to Brazil somehow, some shape, some way. I need to get to Brazil. God.
Oh, fuck it up. Brazil, you know. Yeah, I just need to get out, and I need a proper, I either need African or Caribbean. I can't be doing this European thing. I don't care how sunny it is.
I've done Europe too long now. It's ridiculous. I need to get out of Europe now.
I don't care how sunny it is, man. Get me. Sure. Born, you sleeping, man. What are you doing over there, man?
Born, let's see. Is anyone in the chat going to hit the link? Come on, man, you lot. Let's try and hold this thing down for book. But even if they do, can they even get on?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Oh, mate.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, man. What's this the brother Jedi saying?
Has he gone live yet?
Yeah,
I love coming in the chat. You don't see me typing the most shit in this chat.
No.
I'll be typing shit in the chat.
You got your own little thing.
I know. People must be looking at like, what the fuck are they doing? It's just how we banter, man. Like, don't pay us. When you see me in the chats talking the most smack, just pay us no mind, people. Ignore us. We're just on our way.
One thing about the brother, because he banters hard, innit? You get me?
Man, he's disgusting with it. But I got all the smoke for Jeds, man. I got all the smoke.
You get me? It's always love. A lot of people don't understand. You get me? Like it's just mad. Like, we come from that part of Southbury, boy. You get me? Man will just brush you until you can't get brushed no more.
Man, but I'm not gonna lie, you like had some good convo yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, that was good. He kept saying hit the link, and I'm like, nah, no one better not hit that link and fuck up the flow because that convo was lit yesterday. Like, that stayed so that did actually stay solid over the 108 mark for a good like 4 hours. That's how good
Man.
that convo
That's
was.
the way it should be. That's the way. But even that convo yesterday, that's like I was saying before. Certain ones they don't even involve me. Like I'm not a religious. I don't get into them conversations. Like you get what I'm trying to say. So you just see me in the chat or on the sideline or something. But them proper ones there, I ain't really got time to. The man's that come on the panel, I'm like, bro, for what? You get me? There's no need for me to be. Yeah. You get me? Yeah, man, just chill back and let the conversation flow. But yeah, it was fire still. The religious ones, they kind of bore me, sis. I'll be real to you.
I hear that. It depends on which religion we're talking. It depends on what you see. If Cheddar Man's up there, aka Shifa, it is lit. I'm not gonna lie, because he's always got to bring some next mad thing into it and throw everyone on. He throws everybody off, and you know, Shifa has to be the opposing.
No
matter what it is, he's got to have a different, and that's what I like about it. He brings another dimension. That's what's funny, yeah. So when he gets in his bag, yeah, I'll just be in the chats bracking up, laughing. Come on, Shifa, come on. Knowing full well Motion's getting fucking pissed off with him the more he talks.
My brother bullshit.
Motion will duffy him up there differently, but we have to just let Shifa roll, man, because Shifa just has to be the opposing view. That's always Shif, always.
Big up, man. Flipping hell. Yeah, the man them are funny when they get in their bags, man. You can't chat to them. Even Kemo, cuz you get me. Don't let Kemo get on his type hype. Yeah.
Oh man, he was on it earlier on actually. He was on it.
I see man shutting man down, Rude boy. You get me in the chats over there. I'm like, yeah, man. Proper.
I do that when Brother Tony comes up there as well, because he's more like Brother Larry came up on there as well yesterday. He did pass through for a bit. Who else was up there? Maku does all the facial expressions. Ain't nobody got time for Maku's facial expressions.
Hey,
and Jedi just comes with all the jokes, man.
My brother Mac, you know.
George Maku came in. What was missing yesterday though? Who was missing? What's his name? Freddie. Freddie wasn't up there. I didn't hear him yesterday.
I think he might have tuned in for like about 10 minutes. Not too long.
Well, I must have missed him. Okay.
Yeah, man. What you say, man? I'm gonna fly over there, brother.
Me too, Born, because like I bet the conversation's banging over there right now. They're starting something up. Well, I might just have to just leave and then hopefully, Born. Yeah, well, let's just leave and I'll just probably try and hit him up on another one and tell him to shut down the show.
Big up.
All right, bless up, family. Bless up. Anything, come on, everyone, head over to Chilluminati. And if you see me in the chats getting all gangster on Jedi, don't pay me no mind. Just that's how I do. But peace and love, family, man. Peace and love.